Tiny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
For a growing business, things can move pretty quickly. That's why it's important to bank with someone who won't hold you back. At Cape Ann Savings Bank, we have built our reputation on our quick, local decision-making. Our lending officers know this area and what it takes to get business done here. Cape Ann Savings Bank, a local bank that can keep up with your business. For a growing business, things can move pretty quickly. That's why it's important to bank with someone who won't hold you back.
Bona Fiesta, welcome to the 2018 St. Peter's Fiesta, here with Streamology and the St. Peter's app. I'm your host, John Nicastro, co-host Zeke John Vizina.
How's it going, guys? It's Streamography. Come on, get it right.
What did I say?
Streamology?
It's the same thing.
What are you studying?
It's the same
streams?
thing. It's like, it would be like,
Jeez, here we go.
Yeah, let's give you a study of streams.
So here we are in it's a great time, Zeke, to be here in Gloucester, the Cape Ann area, with obviously the Fiesta, same boat races today, eliminations, just all kinds of festivities. We got the parade, St. Peter himself, hopefully will show up and walk on water. What do you think of all this?
Yeah, I mean, Fiesta, it's the greatest weekend of the year. I don't want to go to Las Vegas. I don't want to go to New Orleans. I want to be in Gloucester for the St. Peter's Fiesta. It's the greatest weekend of the year. I always have a great time spending my family, friends, the whole weekend. And it starts today, Wednesday, Eliminations.
This is it, Elimination Wednesday. We're here. You can hear the wind whipping through Pavilion Beach. It's going to be somewhat of a factor as we have 3 heats today coming around the corner now. You can see one of the same boats, 35 feet in length, 33 feet in length, 3,500 pounds, 10 rowers, 1 coxsman, 1 scuttler. The scuttler turning the boat. The coxsman is coaching. You got 10 rowers to take a 3,500 pound boat half a mile out, turn it around the flag, half a mile back. First one to hit the beach advances to Saturday.
Yeah, so like you said, the wind is crazy right now. It's blowing right off the south, 15 miles plus for sure, and it's right in our face. And it's almost low tide. Low tide's at about 5:30, so they're gonna have a real hard time going out. Coming back, they'll have the wind, but it's still pretty choppy out there. So we'll see what these guys have.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's gonna be a half a mile out, straight into the wind. So anyone that knows sports, that you're playing with a wind into your face, almost every sport, it can be very difficult. On the way back, like baseball and some of those other sports, softball, when you got the wind to your back and you're an outfielder, you're throwing a rocket. When you're coming home with the wind to your back, you're coming home fast. Whoever gets to the flag first is gonna win. What do you think?
Yeah, well, getting to the flag is one thing, but turning the boat in this kind of wind is gonna be real tricky. If you turn too soon and that wind starts to turn the boat, it's just gonna be an awful turn. I think in this wind, you have to go a little bit further. When you turn, the wind's gonna catch you and whip you right around. You don't wanna turn too early. I don't think that's the wrong move.
So we're here with Streamography, the St. Peter's app, created by my brother, Andrew Nicastro. Last year, he had 15 to 30,000 viewers across the world. In Terracini, where most of this, especially the greasy pole, was originated. In Terracini, we had hundreds of viewers. In Sicily, hundreds of viewers.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yep. So the first heat, we're gonna have a team by the name of the Danger Zone, also called Iron Village number 2, scuttler Mike Gappa Frontera, the coxsman AJ Orlando, and then in the boat, Brett Cahill, Doug Balzerini, Ricky Melanson, Matt Nose, Joe Martin Christensen, John Dyer, Brent Currier, Matt Brennan, and Donnie Haggerty. And then in the middle boat, I would say maybe the favorite of this 3-boat race, in which one will advance to Saturday, you have the scuttler, Gino Mondello, the coxsman, Andy Orlando, and you have, this boat is full of legends, Hall of Famers in the same boat world. You have Scott Morrissey from the great Morrissey family, arguably the greatest rowing family in the history of Gloucester. Some might say in the history of this world, especially in the same boat. You got John Scola, Mike Morrissey, Joe Gigoloni, another tremendous rowing family, the Gigoloni family, Mike Galante trying to get on a boat to advance to Sunday, Stevie Gooddick, Hall of Famer, Tony Frontero, Hall of Famer, Jay Prince, Hall of Famer, Jerry Shalino had one back a decade or long ago, Lenny Belanti, 8 titles under his belt, arguably a Hall of Famer. Vincent Orlando would say otherwise, but he has 8 titles, and that makes a great rower. So in that boat, you're just loaded with Hall of Famers. And in the last boat, Steve McKillop was supposed to give me his roster, and he didn't, so that's not nice, Steve. But you have Paulie Favazza as the scuttler. The coxman is Matza Giamanco. Most people know Matza is walking the greasy pole. He retired last year, the sheriff, and now he is coaching a boat. That's what the coxman is. So that's our first heat. What do you think of that first heat? A three-boat race and only one advancing to Saturday.
Yeah, that's a tough draw for all those teams because you get one from each heat. The first heat's 3 teams, crews. Second heat's 2 crews, and the third heat is 2 crews. So that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough for the first heat.
Absolutely. I don't know if we can see the boat. One of the boats to our left. You can see it just rocking away, some of these waves hitting the boat. This is far from ideal conditions with a wind just coming straight into our faces on Pavilion Beach. You can see the boats rocking. 10 oars, that will be the rowers. You have the scuttler at the helm with the lead oarsman behind him. That the scuttle is going to turn this boat around, and it's not even just turning the boat a half a mile out, Zeke. It's also keeping it straight, which is not easy to do under regular conditions.
Right. Well, luckily it seems the wind's coming straight off the water in our face. If it was coming across, it'd be a little tough. But also, these guys, it's a little chilly with the wind, and if they get wet, it's not 80 degrees and sunny. Like their muscles will tighten up. They're gonna get wet. They're gonna get cold, and there could be an injury. Like it's definitely tough.
Yeah, and this first, last night was the drawing at the St. Peter's Club. That's where they had the drawing for this race. They draw the different boats, which you have the Santa Maria, the Nina, and the Pinta. You draw the boat. You draw the crews that are going into the boats, and in the first heat, just like anything, there's power ratings, and if you had power ratings, obviously the merger, 2017 champions, by the largest victory in Sunday history that anybody can recall, including the greats of all time that have been doing this for decades and decades. But the merger, 2017 champions, some are trying to say they're going to be 2018, but there's some crews that are going to beg to differ on that one. But the merger waiting on Sunday, because they do not have to row until Sunday, and in the merger, 2017 champions, the scuttler, Joe Belbo, the coxman, Vito Gigoloni Sr., lead oars, Dylan Morrissey, Chris Gigoloni. In the second seat, Vito Gigoloni Jr., Clayton Morrissey. In the engine room, Rob Morrissey and Mike Mitchell. Nick Gigoloni and Seth Morrissey, and in the bow, Mark Gigoloni and Zach Morrissey. Every seat in this boat has champions. Every seat in this boat has someone that has won it at least 3 times, up to 6 or 7 times. And you have the coach, Vito Gigoloni Sr., with 11 titles, and Joe Belbo with 12. This boat, the merger, you can't start saying they could be the greatest of all time because they've won 1. You got to get to 2, okay, before you can even start to talk about getting to 3. But this boat is a devastating boat.
On paper, this boat is unbelievable. This is an all-star team for sure. You look from the top to bottom, unbelievable. You got the Morrisseys, you got the Gigolonis, you got Mike Mitchell in the engine room, as you said. He's a beast. You got everybody there. It's going to be a great Sunday. Hopefully they got some good competition because they're going to need some good competition for anyone to beat them.
So getting back to the power rankings, the merger 2017 champs, no doubt, are the #1 favorite to be repeat champions, especially after their performance last year, in which Saturday against Iron Village, it was a close race, about a boat to a boat and a half they won. But Sunday, they made an adjustment, and that adjustment was not 41, 42 strokes per minute. Let's get about 34 to 35 strokes per minute and see what we can do. And they probably had about a 15-boat adjustment. So the merger is the #1 ranked team to win again in 2018. Right behind them, because of the fact that Iron Village last year, if it wasn't for merger, but you can't say that,
nope,
they came in second on Sunday, beating the 2016 champion Forza Fiore by about a 4 or 5 boat margin. Iron Village is power rankings number 2, which they'll be rowing in the second heat against the junior champs from last year. So it's a young crew, which we'll get to them. Power rankings 3 is Forza Fiore. They're a 2016 champion. They have champions on that boat. I think, like a lot of sports, there's an identity thing going on, and we're going to know today with Forza Fiore, which Forza Fiore are you? Are you the 2016 champ, which I've seen a different look in their eye? John Francis knows that, and a bunch of guys on their team. There's a different look in Forza Fiore's eye. They kind of became like Rocky for a while after he won in Rocky 2. He got a little complacent in Rocky 3 and got his butt kicked against Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
But there's a different look going into Forza Fiore's eyes this year. They have that look when Rocky was facing Ivan Drago. And I'm kind of anxious to see that race today with Forza Fiore and Chaos. Which Forza Fiore do we have?
Yeah, I think Forza Fiore this year is one of the better teams for sure. I think top 3. Would you have them at 3 or 4?
I have Forza Fiore at 3 with an identity crisis.
Okay.
But I would not be shocked if they are your 2018 champion.
No, I think I have them on Sunday, to be honest. I don't know if they can put down the merger, but I see them having a really strong Wednesday with the conditions and pulling it out on Saturday too. So I think they can pull it off.
I agree with you, but we're going to know a lot about Forza Fiore today, because in 2016, when they did win it, and they got better every day, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday in 2016, and they cruised home to a big win, winning by at least 3 boats or so in 2016 under very similar conditions right here. So Forza Fiore has experience in these conditions, and they proved that they can win in the big game, the big day on Championship Sunday in 2016. Forza Fiore is a number 3 seed, and in Vegas they might be 7-1. If you have 1,000, you might want to put it down on them to get that $7,000 that could happen. If you have 100, put down 100. But Forza Fiore is a number 3 seed that could be a number 1 seed. I like the pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick. So what? We got the third boat. We got the third boat over there. I'm not sure what they're doing, but I think we're almost getting ready to go, but not right quite yet.
So coming, we have a few boats, other boats here that a lot more longer shots, but you never know. So you have Chaos, and a lot of people are like writing Chaos off, and I don't know, are we one of them? Do you write off a legendary crew with championships? You're talking on that boat, you could have close to hundreds of years of experience, but also dozens and dozens of titles. You have so much on Chaos, but who are they? Is it? I don't know if it's an identity crisis, because it's not, because they're all great rowers. What's going on with Chaos?
Well, I think today Chaos definitely has an upper hand, because with these conditions, if you've never rowed in this before, you have no chance. So these guys have a lot of veterans, like you said, so they'll know to keep their oars in the water a little longer going out, because, the wake is tough too, so it's just going to be really tough. But like you said, they have the veterans, so they can get it done. I'm not writing them off, no.
They are going up against Forza Fiore in the third heat, which is the race of the day. It's a tough draw for both of these crews, because these 3 crews, obviously the merger is not rowing until Sunday, because they're the champs. But Zeke, the 3 crews that should be in on Saturday, if the draw wasn't so tough, is going to be Iron Village, Forza Fiore, and Chaos. But Forza Fiore and Chaos drew each other, which is not great for Saturday, because the ratings, if you had the big ESPN, which probably will be here, they want Chaos and Forza Fiore both in on Saturday, but it's not going to happen.
Right, that would be on Saturday, that'd be unbelievable if those 3 could make it, but unfortunately they can't, so it's either going to be Forza Fiore or Chaos, correct?
One of them.
Yeah, so
in the third heat today.
Yeah, they have the third heat. So that's going to determine a lot for Saturday, because that's going to bring somebody to Sunday, and those are the 2 better teams. So we'll see what happens.
So again, in our first heat, we have what's called the Danger Zone and Iron Village 2. They call themselves Iron Village 2 because they work out at the Iron Village. And Iron Village, the main Iron Village, is in the second heat. But in the first heat, Iron Village 2, also called the Danger Zone, against I think they're calling themselves the Old Champs because it has that crew loaded with legends. The scuttler, Gino Mondello, Coxman, Andy Orlando, excuse me. And in the last boat, because Steve McKillop didn't give me his lineup, we have Paulie Favaza and Matza Giamanco as the scholar and coach, with Steve McKillop as the only rower. He gave me only his name. So he's like rowing the boat by himself, which is pretty incredible. That's the first heat that's going to be taken off soon if whoever is way over there comes over. In the second heat, we're going to have Iron Village. Last year, impressive performances on Wednesday. Made an adjustment on Saturday to get to Sunday, and we have Iron Village in the second heat against the junior champs. And I know a lot of these guys on this junior champ crew that are now seniors. You have Nick Novello, who is the coxman or the coach. He's a former rower, knows a lot about the game. He has a title. Jeremiah Nicastro's the scuttler. He has a title. He knows what to do in that boat with the rowing world in these conditions. And then you have Alex Rodolosi and Tony Petrilli, Jermaine Edwards, Christian Sanfilippo, Jake Schrock, John Philpott, Brendan O'Brien, Jared Morris, Alex Militello, and Joe Gigaloni. That crew, if they drew anybody other than Forze Fiore or Iron Village, I think they would have given anybody else a shot to go to Saturday. And we're not disrespecting Chaos, but I think they would have given them a race unless Chaos chose us something different today. And I would love to see it out of Chaos to show us what they are. But here comes the Santa Maria lining up. So as you can see in front of us now, you have our three boats. The Santa Maria coming by, gonna be moving into the middle or end slot. We can't tell yet.
It's got to be I'm assuming it goes Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria, right? Would that make sense or no? It's got to go left to right.
They typically draw the lanes and everything, but in the crew to the far left, the scuttler, Paulie Favaza and Matza, and then in the middle, they're trying to make their way in here. You're gonna see the middle boat in the Santa Maria is Gappa Frontiero and AJ Orlando. That's Danger Zone in the Santa Maria. And it looks like to the far right you have Andy Orlando. Let's see here, we're getting them mixed up here. Let's make sure we're giving you the right crews. You have to the far right, you have Andy Orlando with Gino Mondello. And that's your Hall of Fame old school crew, no doubt about it. They're lining up. You have a lot of great rowers in that boat to the far right. Like I was telling you, you have Scott Morrissey, Steve Gooddick, John Scola, Tony Frontiero, Mike Morrissey, Jay Prince, Joe Gigaloni, Jerry Shalino, Mike Galanti, and Lenny Belanti.
Yeah, that's the older crew here, but like I said, they're veterans. They've been there before. They know what they're doing, and they got a good shot at this. So I got a question. Is it one from each heat that makes it on, or how does that work?
So it's going to be one from each heat. That we're going to have three heats. We have the first heat, 3 boats. The second heat, 2 boats. And the third heat, 2 boats. One from each heat are going to advance. And as you can see, that they're trying to line up here for people that are tuning in to Streamography and the St. Peter's app. You're not on the beach with us. You're going to be watching it from wherever you're watching it, whether it's one of the sponsors that have it tuned in. And here you see they're lining up. You're going to see the coaches getting ready to put their hands up. You'll see the bowmen kind of taking little strokes. That's called feathering, trying to get the boat started, get going, get a little lead. Like we've tell you, an analogy is like Fred Flintstone kind of running in place to get the car going. That's what the bowmen are doing. You're going to see the coaches getting ready one by one, putting their hands up. When they put their hands up, that means their boat's ready to go. If the next coach puts his hands up, that boat's ready to go. The third one puts his hands up, they take off. And as you can see, the rowers are looking at their oars, ready to go. The middle boat looks like a spider. I don't know what's going on with them right now, and that's a legendary boat, okay? The far boat to the right, Andy has his hands up. And there they go, they're off. They're taking off. The first heat is off.
That was quick. That was actually a quick start. I'm surprised. Usually it takes a little while.
So coming out of the gun here, it looked like the boat to the far right, which is, yeah, you either have the boat to the far left or far right. Looks like the boat to the left, Zeke, you're right, kind of got the best start with Paulie Favaza, the scuttler, Matza Giamanco, the coxman, kind of got that boat, and it looks like they got out to a nice lead. And as you see now, rough conditions, you really got to keep that oar in the water with the wind. The boat to the far left, which, like we were saying, is Paulie Favaza and Matza. They have a fast stroke. You got to be careful of that fast stroke. You can die out if you're having too fast of a stroke. So that's why you got to watch this middle boat. Their stroke didn't look good at the start, but I think you're going to see them lengthen the stroke out, and you're going to see them slowly creep back into this.
Yeah, you got to keep that oar in the water as long as possible. It's not only just your arms, it's your legs. You got to push with your legs. You got to pull all the way back to your chin. Because if those quick strokes don't do much, you got to pull that boat as much as you can. The middle boat's drifting to the right a little bit, it seems. The one to the right and the middle are getting close. Oh.
Yeah, from here it looks like the boat to the far left, which is Paulie Favaza and Matza, will be getting a call from our one of our committee boats, which is, let's see, Anthony Saputo should be calling us with Vincent Orlando anytime now, and give us a little update on a better view here. On Saturday, Streamography will have our drone with us that will give us a really good view going out with the committee boat. To the far right is the committee boat. To the far left, you're gonna, if you can see it on the screen, is actually Anthony Saputo's boat, who's the president of the St. Peter's Club. It looks close from here, but it's hard to tell. They're going a half a mile out.
I don't have binoculars up here, but it seems that all three boats are way to the left. This boat on the far left is way away. Is not even close to being to the buoy.
So I mean, we have I don't know what's going on with Gino Mondello and Andy Orlando in the middle boat, but it looks like the middle boat and the boat to the right are very close to each other. It's either that Gino Mondello is he's the scuttler for the middle boat with the old champs, is either right on target, or the boat to the far right with Gappa Frontero is way off, but somebody's off. Or the boat to the far left they might be going to the breakwater. There are striper sightings.
Who's the boat in the middle? They're the closest to their own flag. The boat on the right's way too far to the left, and the boat on the left is way too far to the left. That's crazy.
There is a lot of left. That's all we need to say. Lefties do it right, I guess. I don't know.
They're all going way to the left.
Well, somebody's got to be off target here, unless the flags were set up wrong, which is not the case. But these boats are going a half a mile out, half a mile back, and these conditions are tough, people. These conditions are tough. And like we were saying at the beginning, the scuttler is the person keeping the boat on path. It's hard to do. It's not easy.
No, and they just have one oar to steer it. You know what I mean? It's not like they can turn the boat with an engine. They just have a little oar in the water that can turn it a little bit. So it's tough with the wind too. You know, it's not easy. No doubt.
No doubt. And speaking of engines, last year, the merger, 2017 champs, it was like they had an engine on their boat. And it wasn't a 70 horsepower. I mean, it could have been a 200 horsepower engine. They were absolutely flying.
Yeah, 225, I'd say, on that boat. They were moving.
They were absolutely zipping. They had the American flag in hand, as some of the crews last year weren't even at the greasy pole yet. And they just cruised home to the greatest victory in the history of Sunday, Championship Sunday, the merger, 2017 champions, waiting for one of these boats to get to Saturday. And in the next two heats, Iron Village versus the junior champs from 2017 are the junior champs in the second heat today, ready to go and take it to the big leagues of the senior crews. They're going to be going up against the crew that made it to Sunday, came in second on Sunday, and is looking to cause damage. Iron Village in the second heat today against the junior champs. Do the junior champs have any chance whatsoever against the Iron Village?
Well, they don't have the experience, but they got a lot of young kids that are in great shape, and they can pull it off. We'll see what happens. I mean, probably not, but like I said, they're really young, in shape, and they can withstand this cold, this wind. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Sorry, it took that week for Zeke. I just wanted to say they're turning. There they go into the turn. The boat to the far right was going into the turn first. And the boat to the far right was Gino Mondello and Andy Orlando. And the boat to the middle is your old champs with, in the middle, is Gino Mondello and Andy Orlando. And the far right is Gappa Frontero. And what do we have? Am I all messed up here or what? In the middle, we had Gino Mondello and Andy Orlando. To the far right, we had was Gappa and AJ Orlando. Yeah. So you got a father-son crew going at it. And Zeke, that boat to the far left, Zeke, we said it. Paulie Favaza and Matza, they came out like a rocket ship. Their pace was way too fast. Those guys are burnt out. They were up about a boat or so, and now they're probably down by 2 or 3.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like the boat in the middle right now is made the best turn, and they probably have a half a boat lead. I mean, it's tough to see. It's a half mile out, but they all made the turn. It all looked like clean turns, but Favaza's crew might have been a little too quick on the start.
We got Vincent right now on Anthony Saputo's boat. What do you got for us, Vincent, out there?
I'm going to tell you, we got a dead heat between the Pinta and the Santa Maria, and the Santa Maria is drinking a little baby right up the speed.
Vincent, who's it? Who do we got in the Pinta? Who do we have? Is that Andy or AJ?
It's the old guys. I don't know what their name is. I think it was Gino's crew. The Santa Maria is Andy. The Santa Maria is, I think, AJ's crew. Is that AJ's crew? Anthony, is that AJ's crew? AJ's crew's got, this thing is dead heat right now. I mean, when I tell you dead heat, I've been in 50 races. This is the closest thing I've ever seen. These two boats, every stroke, one's going ahead of the other.
So Vincent Orlando's on one of the Vincent's on one of the committee boats out there with Anthony Saputo. He says it's a dead heat. We got a dead heat coming in. The boat to the far right is AJ Orlando's crew, and the boat in the middle is Andy Orlando, father-son Coxman going at it. Okay.
No, John. Andy's in the middle, and the old guys are on the far side.
All right, so AJ's in the middle.
So you got AJ.
You're right. Yes, you're right.
I know I'm right, Vincent. You drink another apple cider. Okay, so which one's the Santa Maria? We got the Santa Maria to the far right. That's AJ Orlando, right?
No.
Just fire those.
The Santa Maria's in the middle?
Yeah, they're the ones.
Yeah, we got the Santa Maria. That's the one we said to be careful of. The old champs. They came out of the gate slow. They kind of were spidering out. In the middle boat, Gino Mondello, the scuttler. Coxman, Andy Orlando, Scott Morrissey and Stevie Gooddick, John Scholar and Tony Frontero, Mike Morrissey, Jay Prince, Joe Gigaloni, Jerry Shalino, Mike Galante and Lenny Belanti. We got a close race coming in. You can see it, people. It's as they're coming closer and closer. It's very close.
Dead even.
They're dead even. The boat to the far, the boat to the right, and in the middle, we are dead even. The Santa Maria in the middle.
Is the Pinta to the far right?
The Santa Maria's having trouble staying straight, and every time you see them move to the left, people, they are losing strokes. They're losing. We're trying to run point A to point B, and they're going to point C. So the Gino Mondello, you better figure it out soon, buddy, or you're going to cost this team of veterans a chance to get to Saturday, because the far right, the boat to the right, is AJ Orlando, which is the son of Andy. In AJ Orlando, you got Brett Cahill, Martin Christensen, Doug Balzerini, John Dyer, Ricky Melanson, Brent Currier, Matt Nosey, Matt Brennan, Joe Martin, and Donnie Hegarty. This is a dead. Look at them coming in, people. The Santa Maria started in the middle.
Yeah, they're falling apart.
And it looks like they're giving up ground. The Scuttler has to keep it together here. The Scuttler is taking full strokes in the back of the boat. Just keep your oar in the water. Keep your oar in the water. Just keep the boat straight.
It's close. It's close.
Look at him. The Scuttler keeps turning.
Yeah, he's trying to row. I think he's trying to row.
He's trying to row. Let the rowers row. Let the rowers row. You're hurting your boat.
Straight. No. Keep it straight.
This is going down. He's rowing him.
He's screwing him.
The Santa Maria. The
know.
Santa Maria. The Santa Maria. The Santa Maria just beat him by about a seat.
Wow.
The Santa Maria, what do we have? So the Santa Maria, they're arguing on who's winning here.
Who do you?
I would say the Santa Maria hit the beach first. That's what I would say. The Santa Maria.
No.
The Santa Maria hit the beach first. Hold on.
People are arguing on the boat, on the boat and the beach. This is crazy. People are yelling. There's no finish line when the boat hits the beach. Yeah, Santa Maria finished. No.
The Santa Maria won that race. There's no doubt about it. The Santa Maria hit the beach first. The boat stopped. The Santa Maria won that race. We're watching it. The Santa Maria won the race. Okay, and if they don't give it to the Santa Maria, that is just not right.
Hey.
The Santa Maria won the race.
Yeah.
It is highway robbery if they do give it to the Pinto. I understand there's a lot of veterans on the crew over there and Andy Orlando's crew, but the Santa Maria hit the beach first. The boat stopped. It was close. The Santa Maria definitely won by at least a seat, if not 2 seats. The Santa Maria definitely won that race. Absolutely. It wasn't even close in the sense of it was close in the sense of it was a great race. It was not close in the sense of who won. The Santa Maria won the race. The Nina, no doubt about it, in the middle, gave it all they had, but we're waiting for final word here on who won it. They pointed to the Pinta.
There's still confusion here. I'm not sure what's going on. The Santa Maria won from up here, and we have the best view of the beach.
The Santa Maria came to a full stop before the Pinta stopped.
Yeah.
That's how simple it is.
Oh, yeah. You could see it. You could see the boat come to a stop on the beach, and the Pinta still had 1 or 2 strokes till they stopped. So I'm not sure, like, what the official announcement is or who actually makes the official announcement, because I have no idea. But from what
we both saw
John and I saw, yeah, we saw the same thing. We both saw the Santa Maria stop on the beach.
Yeah, the Santa Maria, and I do know on the Santa Maria, Santa Maria would have won by more, but their scuttler, who's keeping the boat, kept on taking his oar out of the water, which, I mean, Gappa's a good scuttler, but it was almost like he was trying to row, but it was hurting them. Just keep your oar in the water. Kept on just kind of jagging the boat. I don't know if they made an official announcement yet on who won. I know they definitely pointed to the Pinta, no doubt about it, and they said that the Pinta won. So if that's the case, people, it happens. It's like any sport. Don't leave it up to the referee or umpire in your sport, because on occasion you can get a bad call. And on this occasion, there's no doubt about it, that Danger Zone in Iron Village 2, that's the name of that boat. They got a tough break in this one. And I think they're giving the official... they're giving it to the Penta, which had the old champs in it with Gino Mondello, Coxman, Andy Orlando, Scott Morrissey, and Stevie Goodek, John Scola, Tony Frontero, Mike Morrissey, Jay Prince, Joe Gigalone, Jerry Shalino, Mike Galante, and Lenny Belanti. There's no doubt that crew had a great race, no doubt about it. They started out a little slow, and they just put it together, and they're going to give them the victory, Zeke.
Is that official? Because I can't tell, but
it is official. They gave him the win.
That's unreal. Just because they started celebrating and putting their hands up, you lost, buddy. What are you putting your hands up for? Give me a break. Santa Maria won that.
Ricky.
We saw that from up here.
Ricky.
Everyone saw that. That's crazy.
Absolutely. Santa Maria boat stopped. That's how simple it is. And there's one thing with this is there are elements called the ocean. We'll call this one the Atlantic. There is a beach, no doubt about it, and there could be areas of the beach that are higher than lower, but it doesn't matter. It's whichever boat hits the beach first and stops. And the Santa Maria stopped. That's it. That's end of story. All of us up here watching, there's 3 of us with 6 eyes, and you could even say 5 if you think that one of us have one eye that's not working, but it doesn't matter. 5 or 6 eyes saw the Santa Maria stop first, all out stop. The Santa Maria won that race. But in sports, you can't leave it up to the judge. You can't leave it up to the referee.
Well, that's why, like the Pinta did, they pretended like they won. They threw their hands up, they're celebrating, and everyone's looking around. And I saw somebody run over and point to the boat, be like, yeah, that was them. No, give me a break. Get out of here. We saw that from up here. That boat should be upset. They should be pissed off.
If there's a red flag, you should be throwing the red flag out. It's very simple. This needs a photo finish. This is. I mean, I've seen a lot through the years with fog and boats not turning flags in a junior race back in the day, and you couldn't even see them, and one boat just turned around without turning the flag. But this is the seniors. I mean, that it's not right. These guys work too hard to have something so obvious be taken from them. And yeah, there are some guys on the Pinta that aren't going to like hearing this, but you lost. That's how simple it is. You know, you lost. The Pinta, you lost. That's how simple it is. You lost. Okay? The Santa Maria, you won. Get a boat. Come in here on Saturday and just row next to everybody else because you guys won. The Santa Maria, you won. But somehow they gave it to the other crew.
What's this guy's name here? Jimmy T. Yeah, Jimmy T. Jimmy T was pointing at the Pinta. That's who won.
Jimmy, is it official?
Who won, Jimmy? Santa Maria.
Jimmy, that boat stopped first. Yeah, my eyes. These two, 6 eyes.
We got video.
That boat stopped first.
From where?
Yeah, but we're neutral. We're all neutral. The boat that stopped first was the Santa Maria. and the evidence of these 2 eyes.
He's gonna come up and beat us up, I think.
Let's go to a break.
Yeah, break.
What?
Let's go to a break.
All right, so people, the judge down there, Jimmy T, the survivor, great rower in the day. He has a lot of friends on that boat, and no doubt about it. But people, you go with what you see. You got to be honest. No doubt about it. You got to be honest. And all 3 of us up here are neutral, and it's not like we have any brothers or anything on it. But you got to go with what you see, and you got to go with honesty. And yeah, Jimmy's trying to be honest, but he has a lot of good friends on that boat, no doubt about it.
Yeah, Jimmy T told us that he had 172 eyes saying the Pinta won. I'm not sure where those eyes are, but the eyes up here with the best view.
Well, I have a feeling the eyes with all the wives and girlfriends and whatever you have over there. It's a fact. I mean, 1,000% the Santa Maria won.
Yeah, well, if you're standing on the beach, you don't have the view of all the boats. You have the view of the boat in front of you, and you think it stops, but that's not true.
Well, anyway, people, we're gonna take a little break here. We're gonna see they gave the victory to the old champ crew, but we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna give you a little commercial break here, and we're gonna be back in a few minutes. So, Streamography, the St. Peter's app, the first heat, a heat of 3, came down to a controversial call that they got wrong.
Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
Are you like this guy, struggling year in and year out to get that heavy AC back in the window? In only a couple of hours, Cranny Home Services can easily install a sleek ductless split unit so you never have to go through the struggle again. They're far more efficient than traditional air conditioners, your walls and ceilings won't have to be ripped apart, you'll never have to move it, and it even gives off some heat in the winter. So if you want to learn more about how you can save money and aggravation with the ductless split unit, we'd love to chat with you here at Cranny Home Services. You can give us a call at 1-800-CRANNY or visit our website at crannyhomeservices.com.
For a growing business, things can move pretty quickly. That's why it's important to bank with someone who won't hold you back. At Cape Ann Savings Bank, we have built our reputation on our quick, local decision-making. Our lending officers know this area and what it takes to get business done here. Cape Ann Savings Bank, a local bank that can keep up with your business.
At Cranny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
Okay, welcome back to St. Peter's Fiesta 2018 Elimination Wednesday for Seine boats. The first heat came down to a barn burner between the Iron Village 2 Danger Zone and the old champs Gino Mondello and Andy Orlando, and on a controversial ending, they gave the race to the old champs. And that is going to be a controversy that goes down for a long time. They're not going to stop talking about it, but we are, because we have to. So right now we're going into the second heat, and we have to the left right now, you have Iron Village. Last year won on Wednesday to advance to Saturday. They won on Saturday to advance to, actually they came in second on Saturday to the merger to advance to Sunday. They came in second on Sunday as well, and they're here back again in 2018. Pretty much the same crew, couple adjustments. This crew's hungry, Zeke, not only to get to Saturday, but to be the 2018 champ.
Yeah, you see 3 boats here, but that middle boats, they're just the champs. I think they're just going to row out to get out of the way and just do some practice. But yeah, they have to win this. They have to. There's no way that they can't win this. They got to do it.
And like Zeke just said, as you can see, you have a boat to the left, the Iron Village. That boat to the middle that's the merger. They're the 2017 champs. They get a practice day today. They're not rowing in this race as a practice. They're going to be getting out of the way. They're just kind of fixing their oars, tying in. They're going to be getting out of the way and doing their practice today on their own. But to the boat to the far right, that's last year's junior champs. They're coming into the senior division. They won the junior championship last year, which is the same exact race as the seniors. This junior champ is a dangerous crew. The 1977 kids that won it, most of them 18, 17 years old. They won it again in 1980, 1981, and 1982. A young crew like this crew coming in. Can they repeat like the kids of 1977?
Yeah, I mean, you never really know, because no one's really ever seen them. They are facing a very skilled crew, very good, but you know what? You never know. We haven't seen them. We haven't seen them against any senior crews. So we'll see what they can put up. We'll see what they can do. I'm excited for this race.
Yeah, so we're gonna see the junior champs today. Yeah, Brent Curry, no doubt about it. The Santa Maria won that race. They got gypped, no doubt about it. Absolutely, and I agree with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it to a team of veterans that won that first heat. You're right. We're going to go back to it for a second, because no doubt about it, that crew got ripped off in the first race. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say it any other way than what we saw from an aerial view. That first heat, the Santa Maria stopped first on the beach. But now we're going to go right back to the second heat. Iron Village to the far left. The middle boat, the merger 2018 champs, just kind of going to be getting out of the way and going through a practice. To the far right, we have our junior champs from last year that are now in the senior division. These are the rowers on the boat. We're going to start with the scuttler, Phil Gigaloni. Many titles under his belt. The coxman, and the coxman is the coach, Paul Gigaloni. Then you have your rowers. In the lead are Paul Simon, Jay Hillenbrecht. Second seats, Ryan Mueller, Gil Brown. In the third seats, Chad Mata, David Nicastro. Fourth seat, Derek Morris, Kellen O'Malley, Jerry Shimataro, Mike Tarantino. In the bow. And last year's junior champs moving up to the senior division have not given us a name, but this is what you have in that crew. You have Nick Novello as the coach, the coxman, Jeremiah Nicastro, the scuttler, Alex Rodolosi, Tony Petrilli in the lead oars, Jermaine Edwards, Christian Sanfilippo, Jake Schrock, John Philpott in the engine room, Brendan O'Brien and Jared Morris, Alex Militello and Joe Gigaloni in the bow. They're going to be getting up. They're going to be getting ready to line up here. And what's supposed to be here is, this is the race where Iron Village is a 4 to 5 boat favorite, I would say, in this race. Let's see what this junior crew can do to change what is supposed to be the most lopsided race of the day in the second heat with Iron Village and the junior crew. We do have to Just they're going to be lining up, fixing their pins, fixing their oars right now. But we want to thank Craney Home Services for being one of our main sponsors, along with Neptune Harvest, Jalapenos, Gloucester House and Blue Collar. Gloucester House has been a family-owned restaurant for 50 to 60 years in the Gloucester area, owned by the Linquata family. Blue Collar is also part of that business now. Fresh seafood. If you ever go down there this time of year in Blue Collar, you'll actually see lobsters and fish coming right off boats, right into totes and right onto the grill, and usually onto someone's plate by lunchtime. You have the Cape Ann Brewery. Thank you for being a sponsor. And you have the Cape Ann Savings Bank and Bank Gloucester. All of our sponsors for this weekend, we're going to be giving them many shout outs and commercials, so thank you guys. We also have the St. Peter's Club and the Fiesta Committee. Anyone that hasn't donated to the Fiesta Committee, you want to give a donation. It doesn't matter if it's $20, $50, $5, $100. If you have 1,000, why not give it? It costs a lot of money to run the Fiesta. Guys like Joe Novello and many other great guys that are on the Fiesta Committee put a lot of time and effort in. And back in the day, the boats used to give lots and lots of money to this Fiesta and what it takes to run the Fiesta. And as you know, the fishing industry, unfortunately, we don't have as many boats that are fishing, so those donations have gone down. So donate if you can, please. It really helps the Fiesta and make sure that it's here every year, year in and year out. So getting back, Zeke, heat number 2, trying to advance to Saturday. We already have one boat in on a controversial ending. Is the old champs. Heat number 2. Boat to the left, Iron Village. Boat to the right, last year's junior champs. Zeke, what are we going to do here? What do we have? Who do you have in this race? You have to give us a team. Do you have Iron Village or last year's old junior champs?
I'm gonna take Iron Village, but I'm not counting out the last year's champs. I think they're gonna do okay. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be a close race. When they get to the greasy pole, I think you're gonna know who's gonna win. I don't think it's gonna be real close, but I'll take Iron Village for sure. Yeah.
See, give us boats here. What do you think? How many boat win? How many are they gonna win by? The over under is 4 to 5. Vegas is saying a 4 to 5 boat win. Which is a big win.
Yeah, I'm saying 5 boats. 5 boats. That's a big win. But you know what? For these young guys, they come out here, they do well. That's fine. They're going against a really solid team. So that's not a bad loss. 4 boats, yeah, it's a bad loss, but this is the first time in the seniors, okay? You can't come out here and just think you're going to dominate, because that doesn't happen.
You're right, Zeke, it doesn't. And in that junior boat, a lot of good rowers, no doubt about it. Young rowers, a lot of good athletes, great athletes in that boat. Nick Novello is the coxman. Jeremiah Nicastro is the scuttler, keeping the boat straight, turning the boat around that flag when they get a half a mile out, and coming back a half a mile. The full race is 1 mile. Alex Rotolosi, Tony Petrilli in the lead oars. Very important oars to keep that stroke. Jermaine Edwards and Christian Sanfilippo in the 2 seats in the engine room. Jake Schrock and John Philpott. Brendan O'Brien and Jared Morris. And in the bow, Alex Militello, Joe Gigaloni, Iron Village. The scuttler, Phil Gigaloni. The coxman, Paul Gigaloni. The lead oarsmen, Paul Simon and Jay Hillenbrecht. Ryan Mueller and Gilbert Brown in the 2 seats. Chad Mata, David Nicastro in the engine room. Derek Morris, Kellen O'Malley in the 4 seats. Jerry Shimataro, Mike Tarantino in the bow. This is Heat 2. As you can see, they're getting ready, making sure that the oars are in the pins properly, that nothing's loose. They got it the way they like it, otherwise they'll adjust again. Some people start to get a little bit anxious on the beach, wondering why. Let's go, let's get this thing started. Come on. 365 days. They'll have to wait 364 on whoever loses. You don't need to get anxious. Get excited, not anxious. We're not going to rush them. These guys put in a lot of time and effort in the off season to get ready for this race.
Yeah, they need everything perfect. There's no reason to go out there and just row, because that's not what it is. You need to make sure your seat is right. You need to make sure your hands, your tape, your grip is right. You need to make sure your pin is located. Make sure your oar is the right way. Because, like you said, they've been waiting all year for this. And these guys don't mess around. They don't mess around. So, we got a couple boats. We got the junior champs. They'll be coming back. Iron Village is getting ready. And the merger is getting out of the way. And we should get started within the next 10 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah, we have. You can feel the wind whipping through the headphones. We got a strong wind coming in. It's not terrible conditions, but it's definitely not ideal, what we would call glass conditions, no doubt about it. One of these crews is going to advance to Saturday against the old champs that won the last race in controversial fashion. It doesn't matter what people say at this point on who won or who didn't win in that first race. All we do know is the old champs are advancing to Saturday against one of these crews, and whoever comes out of the third heat is the race of the day. That's why you're going to see this beach on Elimination Wednesday. There's not many people that are going to leave this beach, because you have Forza Fiore, 2016 champ, in an identity crisis from last year, when they thought they were going to come in knowing that the elements from year to year, anything can happen, because you have a lot of veterans on that Forza Fiore team. Forza Fiore, which is Force and Fury. 2016 champs. Forza Fiore is the real deal, people. But after getting destroyed last year on Sunday, and destruction is when you lose by about 15 boats. They weren't even at the greasy pole yet, and the merger was on the beach, raising the American flag as your 2017 champion. Forza Fiore, they have something to prove.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. They were smoked last year. So they need to come out and they need to be together. They need to be a team. They need the chemistry. They need to work together, and they need to prove what they are, because they are a really good crew. Very good crew, and they could win. They could win on Sunday. They really could. So we'll see what the third heat is the best heat of the day. But this one right here will prove a lot.
And yeah, like Zeke said, if Forza Fury gets to Sunday, they could win, no doubt. But they still have to get through Elimination Wednesday. So I can guarantee you that Forza Fury is not looking even beyond the next 20 minutes, because they know they have their hands full with Chaos. A lot of people have written Chaos off through the years. Tom Brady was written off about 3 to 4 years ago, again 3 years ago, again 2 years ago when he won the title again. They wrote him off last year when he's arguably an MVP once again. And no doubt about it, Chaos is here. They're here to win on Elimination Wednesday. They're here to go to Saturday. They're here to go to Sunday. And they're here to win on Sunday. And yes, we've seen Chaos on the last couple of years kind of take what we would say is maybe a step back. But champions take steps back on occasion, because everyone, obviously, you can't win it every year, even though Chaos has done that on many occasions, because Chaos first championship was in 2000, 2002, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2013. In 2012, Chaos lost by about a seat length or two maximum, or they would have had 5 in a row. They were going for 4 in a row to match Desire, who is arguably the greatest crew of all time. And I think you just got to give it to him as the greatest crew of all time, because Desire had 4 in a row, and Desire is the only team in history to have 4 in a row, and they won it in 1983, 1984, 1985, 1986. And Zeke, guess who was the coxman, the coach of that crew?
Guess? I have no idea.
Joe Novello, the coxman of Chaos. Joe Novello has a lot of championships. Timmy Oakes, the Scuttle, has a lot of championships. Tommy Conrad, who's in the 2-seat of Chaos, a lot of titles. This boat in Chaos is loaded with champions, and the list goes on, which we're going to get to them. But Forza Fury and Chaos in the third heat deserves a lot of praise right now. That's the race of the day. We are in Heat 2 here with Iron Village in last year's junior champs. But that third heat, I can't wait for.
Yeah, I mean it's too bad. I'd like to see Chaos, Forze Fury, and Merger on Sunday, but unfortunately they pull names out of a hat, and that's how it works. And that's okay. That's fine. That's how it's done. So one of those teams aren't gonna make it, unfortunately, even to Saturday. But those might be the best two teams to try to beat the Merger, but it's not gonna happen. Only one can make it to Saturday and hopefully win, and then go against Merger on Sunday.
The next person that is tuning into our St. Peter's app, which we hope we have a lot of viewers watching this app. Let's hear a little bit of a shout out. Next person to give us a shout out will get a free clam chowder on the house by Lenny Linquater in the Gloucester House. Blue collar, so give us a shout out. Tell us where you are. Tune in, give us, and you can go down and get a free clam chowder at the Gloucester House with Lenny Linquater and just say, John Nicastro from Streamography is giving me this clam chowder. Okay, and you can even throw in a martini. Apple.
Yeah, the apple martinis for John, because that's what he drinks, weirdo.
So, we also have Jalapenos Restaurant, a great staple restaurant on the heart of Main Street, going towards the west end of Main Street, which is one of the better areas on Main Street when it comes to your fine foods, and Jalapenos, no doubt, is one of them. A nice Mexican restaurant, a lot of great drinks. You have the Craney Home Services. You can go on Craney Home Services and see all the different services that they offer, and they offer a lot when it comes to home services. You also have Cape Ann Brewery. That's right down in the heart of where the Fiesta is going on. You go to the brewery, and they have a great menu, great drinks, and you can pretty much get anything you want on tap these days at the Cape Ann Brewery. So no doubt about it, head down to these places and check them out during this fine weekend.
I'm not sure if this junior boat thinks the race started. They're going pretty hard out to the flag. Kind of confused right now. Iron Village is just sitting and waiting, wishing. Is the junior crew coming back? Oh, they're gonna be burnt out. Weirdos.
All right, so we got a shout out from Lenny Gelati because he loves clam chowder. He's right here in Gloucester. We'd love to see if someone is somewhere else in the country. But Lenny Gelati, thank you for the shout out, buddy. And let's see what else we have here. We have a shout out from Samantha Frontero, also in Gloucester. A shout out to my son Emmett and his second Fiesta this year. His father walks the Saturday pole, Brian Barrett. So good luck, Brian. And his grandfather is the oldest guy to ever win it, and a Sunday champ, Samo Frontero, buddy. Viva, no doubt. Samo Frontero won it at 42 years old. Samo Frontero. He won it in 1987, and he won it again in 2000. Samo Frontero, the oldest champion on Sunday ever. And you can also see the boat lined up to the left. Iron Village is set and ready to go. It's kind of like, I almost feel like this is like Mike Tyson versus Hurricane Peter McNally. Tyson's in the ring. Hurricane Peter McNally just does not want to come into the ring. Okay, but Iron Village is ready to go. They're geared up and ready. Iron Village, Scuttler Phil Gigaloni, Coxman Paul Gigaloni. You have your rowers, Paul Simon, Jay Hillenbrecht, Ryan Mueller, Gilbert Brown, Chad Mata, David Nicastro, Derek Morris, Kellen O'Malley, Jerry Shimataro, Mike Tarantino. The junior champs are somewhere out there, and they got to come back at some point. It is inevitable, boys. You're going to get taught a lesson today. My opinion, I love the guys on the junior crew. It's a type of crew that you want to get experienced and see what they can do in 4 or 5 years, but guess what? It's not 4 or 5 years away. I know, Zeke, you said 4 to 5 boats. I'm saying the junior crew is not even at the greasy pole when the American flag is being handed.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I can see that for sure. There's no doubt about that. But I'm saying 4 to 5 boats. I say the junior champs give a decent run at this, and they'll be fine. I think they'll be just fine at this. Just want to give a shout out to Cam Scola out in Oklahoma. Born and raised in Gloucester. Your heart's here still, cuz. Come back and can see us. I know you think I'm a pain, but I love you, kid. Come back for Fiesta, Cam. Will ya?
All right, so here we go. We got a shout out from Kim Harkins in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So hey, Kim, how are you? Watching from Colorado, feeling homesick. Viva. Yeah, we're missing you, Kim. And I'm glad you can be watching this on the St. Peter's app with Streamography. That's the great thing about this app, is you can be in Colorado and watch it and feel like you're right here on Pavilion Beach with a nice wind. We also have Mike Teeny Favaza. He's calling in from Varini
International.
Right, no doubt. That one's outside the country, and it's great to hear from you, Mike. And yeah, we miss you too, buddy. Right here in Gloucester, you know how it is. We have the beach ready to go, and you can see Elimination Wednesday. There's a crowd staying here, no doubt about it, even though it's a little bit breezy, a little bit chilly. And why? Yeah, because we love the Fiesta. We love the same boats. But it's also because, yeah, they want to see the second race with Iron Village and the junior champs from last year. But they're waiting for Chaos Forza Fury. That's the race of the day. That's a Sunday-type race, people. In that third heat today, you have Forza Fury, the 2016 champ, going up against Chaos, one of the all-time great champions. It doesn't matter what Vincent Orlando says. Joe, I'm going to stick up for you, buddy. Joe Novello and Timmy Oakes. Chaos is one of the great crews ever. People might argue, well, why do they keep the name? It's kind of an unwritten rule that you change your name when you don't win. Well, where's the rule? Show us the rule, Vincent. It's unwritten rule. They kept the name. It's a legendary. It's for the kids. It's for the wives. It's for the girlfriends. It's for everybody. It's for Chaos. So if you see it in writing, maybe they'll change the name. Guess what? I wouldn't change it. They have koozies. They have posters of Joe Novello. They have people. Vincent, we love you, buddy. You have 13 titles, no doubt about it. The people's champ, they say, is unanimous that it's Joe Novello. Does he have 13? We don't know. It's close. We'll look into it. But Joe Novello, people will say, is arguably the greatest coach of all time in sane boats. Not only does he want to win, the guys want to win for him, Zeke, and there's nothing better than that when you're a coach, that people want to win for you, not even themselves.
Yeah, Joe Novello's the people's coach. He's the crew's coach. The guys love him. They love him. That's why they want to row for him, because he's a great guy. It's fucking unbelievable.
Whoa. This is a kid's show, Zeke. You got to apologize.
Is this PBS? I'm sorry.
It's not PBS. You can't say the F word. You can't do it. Kids, we're sorry about that. Sometimes it slips out, but it shouldn't. It's a learning experience here, people. This is a PG-13 show. On occasion, bum might come out. You might have a bad word come out, but not that one. We're sorry. Zeke, say sorry.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. When you have too many ginger ales, sometimes that happens. Anyway, we're going to get back to
what is going
heat
on?
number 2. You have Iron Village just waiting for the junior champs. I don't know where they are. But while we're waiting, we're going to do a little bit of trivia here. Let's call this one the Neptune Harvest trivia question. Neptune Harvest does fertilizer, right? And what it is, it's to help the growth. Well, it's to help growth for your garden. Okay, you can grow better plants, better flowers. Neptune Harvest Fertilization, no doubt about it. You want to check them out and Google Neptune Harvest. But this is going to be the Neptune Harvest trivia question. Send us in a shout out if you know this answer. Sane Boat Champion, and I don't want Zeke. I don't want you to say because I told you the answer. Sane Boat Champion, and Greasy Pole Champion. Okay. Let's give you a couple. We're going to give you a little bit of time. Give us a shout out. Okay, St. Peter's app. Hold on. You can't say it, Zeke.
I'm not going to say it. Okay. Okay. So you told me this earlier, but I told you that someone else actually did it.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I'm talking in the mic. There's more than one.
Okay, that's
All right. There's more than one. Greasy Pole champ. Sunday. We're talking about Sunday champ.
We're talking champ. There's only one champ. Wednesday doesn't count as a champ. Saturday doesn't
Sunday
count as a champ.
champ and Sunday Greasy Pole champ and Sunday same boat champ. There's two.
Seagull almost hit you in the head. For real. Like, legit almost flew right into your head. Yeah, we're talking champs. When you win on a Wednesday, good job. It's called Competition Wednesday. Competition Saturday. You're trying to get to Championship Sunday, where you see this playground over here to the left, Andrew. Can you show us the playground to the left? That's right. You're looking at Fort. You're looking at the fort over here, people. This is it. We have the Beauport Hotel here. Some people don't even want the hotel there, even though it's beautiful, because this is the fort. This is where people grew up. But you have the fort playground right there. You can see the kids playing basketball. Well, on Sunday we'll be back. But on Sunday, Championship Sunday, fort playground right there. You're gonna have people all the way around this railings. You're gonna see this beach all packed. As you watch Andrew start to scan across to the boulevard, coming across. If he goes too fast, he's going to get dizzy. So he's going to pan across the Pavilion Beach. That's where we are right now, Pavilion Beach. If anyone thinks this is the Pacific Ocean, you got to go back to a history class, because this is the Indian Ocean. No, I'm only kidding. It's the Atlantic Ocean, I think. But as we pan around here, there's the boulevard. You can see the Gloucester Fire Department. They're working hard right now over there, just in case something happens. Zeke's a firefighter. But why not? These guys work hard. They can watch Elimination Wednesday. If something goes down, we're protected. Okay, but you're going to see the boulevard there completely packed on Sunday and Saturday, but especially Championship Sunday. This beach will be absolutely mobbed. You barely will be able to walk on Championship Sunday. And the question is, who's the only Greasy Pole walker to win the championship Greasy Pole title and a same boat title as well? So give us a shout out on the St. Peter's app, Streamography, and let us know who it is.
There's more than one.
We know, Zeke. You told us there's more than one, and there is. Absolutely, you have to pick one of the two. And if you do get that right, Gloucester House will give you a free drink, or Blue Collar will give you a free drink. And this is the Neptune Harvest trivia question of the day. Vincent Orlando just sent this pick in. Vincent Orlando calls himself the greatest same boat rower or individual, because he didn't row, but greatest individual. He was a coach. He was a coxsman. Vincent Orlando, self-proclaimed greatest same boat individual, 13 titles, says in heat number 2, the Iron Village will win this race by a lot. That's his pick in heat number 2. In heat number 1, Vincent Orlando did give us as the old champs, but he did just call in, and Vincent Orlando said right out of his mouth that AJ Orlando's crew, Danger Zone, Iron Village 2 also, that's the name of that boat, got robbed. He said they got robbed. We agree.
He said that?
He did say that. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He did. And the fact of the matter is, Vincent Orlando picked the old champs, and he was right on a controversial decision. He picks Iron Village in heat number 2, and we will let you know his pick for heat number 3. But we're still waiting heat number 2 here for these boats to line up. And we will be giving you the answer to that question. Once we get a couple shout-outs here, we'll see. We're going to check them out and see if anyone gets a free drink at the Gloucester House or Blue Collar. And the Neptune Harvest trivia question of the week is, who was the only person, there's 2 of them, so you can pick one of them, who were the only 2 individuals to be a Greasy Pole champion and a same boat champion. That means they won the Sunday champion, Greasy Pole championship, and a same boat championship on Sunday. When you win same boats on Wednesday to advance to Saturday, and you win on Saturday to advance to Sunday, you're not a champion.
That means nothing.
You got to win it on Sunday to be the champ. And that's the merger from 2017 in the most impressive same boat victory in the history of Sunday championships. as they destroyed the field. And that is a boat full of champs, no doubt about it. Last year, the merger, they're the defending champs, 2017 defending champions. They're waiting for one of these boats to get to them maybe on Sunday. The merger, Scuttler Joe Belbo, Coxman Vito Gigoloni Sr., Dylan Morrissey and Chris Gigoloni, Vito Gigoloni Jr., Clayton Morrissey, Rob Morrissey, Mike Mitchell, Nick Gigoloni, Seth Morrissey, Mark Gigoloni, Zach Morrissey. It's a boat loaded with titles. We'll get back to them as Iron Village is lining up. The boat to the right, lining up. Heavy favorite. The boat to the left. The junior champs from last year. Still waiting for them to line up. As it looks like they're getting a pin tied into place as you see someone bent over, Andrew. I don't know if you can zoom in on that boat to the left. And the Pinta, as you can see, the boat to the left, if you can zoom in, you're going to see a gentleman in blue in the back of the boat. You can see him bent over, so it looks like there's a pin or something. It could be a footboard, it could be a pin for the oar that is loose or something's not right. They're making sure that this is right. It's comfortable. The juniors, no doubt about it. Nick Novello is the coxman. He's coming up front now. The scuttler, Jeremiah Nicastro, keeping the boat straight and turning it. They have to make sure that everything's set. The boat to the right, as you can see, just getting their strokes in. They're getting a quick few strokes to see what the start's like because the junior crew's kind of just hanging around. They don't want to get tightened up. I kind of like the strategy, Zeke. The boat to the right, a lot of guys, anywhere between 35 and early 40s. They can tighten up fast. This crew to the left, and guys 18 to 21, they're not going to tighten up much. These guys are ready to go. They're still loose. They're young.
Yeah, well, you can tell. Who's this on the right?
Iron Village.
Yeah, Iron Village is not messing around. This junior crew on the left, I think they're going to play basketball down at the court. I don't know what the heck they're doing. They can't figure it out. So Iron Village wants to go take a couple strokes, get ready to go, while the junior crew tries to figure out what to do before they hit the greasy pole.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The junior crew is kind of just like, sometimes this is some crews will do stuff like this, and there's no doubt. I coach sports. I coach varsity softball at Gloucester High School, and there's no doubt you're always trying to get an edge. And there's many coaches that will do little things to get an edge. I don't know if the junior crew is doing this. I don't know. Nick Novello, the coxman, usually it's the coach that will do stuff like this. Is he doing something? Is there something up his sleeve? Does he have an ace of spades? I have no idea. But in this race against the Iron Village, you have a lot of good rowers on this crew that are hungry, that work hard at the Iron Village. And you have some hungry guys on this crew that are animals on the Iron Village. I don't know if I would want to get their adrenaline flowing any more than it is. I think I would just line up and just see what happens.
I personally think the junior crew just can't get straight. I don't think they can, with this wind. Yeah, keep going on Magnolia. This is, I don't know. I think after this, they'll line up and they'll be fine. Stop playing cat and mouse.
We have a shout out from Emily Oakes. Her dad, Timmy Oakes, is the scuttler on Chaos, and she says the Oakes girls are watching from home in Boxford. Go Chaos! Exclamation point. Go Dad. Timmy Oakes. Double exclamation point. Emily, we love to hear the shout out, Emily. Your dad's one of the great scuttlers, no doubt about it. And Timmy and Chaos have 6 championships dating back to the first one of 2000. And
What?
And there's no doubt about it that, Emily, I'm glad that you're watching from Boxford. You're not going to miss one of the Chaos races. No doubt the girls are always around. We're glad you're watching. And your dad's crew. Give us another shout out, Emily. Can Chaos beat Forze Fury, the 2016 champ? I want you to be honest with us here. Can your dad keep that boat straight enough? Can he give them the best turn that Timmy Oakes, scuttler of Chaos, has ever given them? Emily, give us a shout out from Boxford and let Dad know that you're by his side. You're here for your daddy, because Chaos needs everybody. and I know Chaos has a gigantic following. They probably have the biggest following of any same boat crew of all time, and they have the most wins of all time. Maybe not in a row. They have 3. They have 4 in 5 years. They have 6 overall, but they don't. But Desire has 4 in a row, but they do have the most of all time, and that's Chaos. So Emily, nice to hear from you. We got to watch these boats lining up. As the Pinta now is coming around, you have the junior champs from last year, their first senior race being introduced into the senior division. You're with the big boys now, kids. There is no more fun and games going up against freshmen that weigh 92 pounds that haven't hit their growth spurt. You're going up against the big boys. You're going up against the seniors. You're going up against Iron Village, one of the favorites to win this whole thing, but they got to get through you first. What are you, junior champs? Are you a good crew? Are you a senior crew? Are you men? The kids of 1977, 1980, 1981, 1982. They won it at your age. They won it 4 out of 6 years at your age. What can you do? Can you be the kids of 1977 who won it at 17 and 18 years old?
Doubt it.
Zeke. I agree. You say they're going to lose by 4 boats. I say that they're not even going to be at the greasy pole yet when Iron Village is hitting the beach. All this junior crew has to do is keep it somewhat close, and that's an accomplishment for them. These junior kids, I know the guys on this boat, and this junior crew, they want to win this race. They don't want to keep it close. They want to win it, and they want to be the Patriots of 2001. They want to be one of the biggest upsets of all time in sports history in Gloucester, which this would be. They're lining up right now. The Iron Village is ready to go. The junior crew is now lined up. There's 2 coaches. You got them both. The coaches are right now, you can see to the right, the junior crew, Nick Novello, the coxman. To the left, you have Paul Gigaloni. You're going to see the coaches put their arms up. In the back of the boat is the bowman. They're taking little strokes, and you can see the junior crew's not taking strokes. That's a disadvantage for them already.
This isn't going to happen. They're way too close to each other. And look at the junior crew.
Turn way towards Magnolia.
This is not a Winga day. The junior guys want to go to Winga. I guess there can be a better scenery there on certain Sundays that are sunny. But the junior crew, you're not going to Winga today, boys. I don't even know if you could control that boat through the bridge, the Cup Bridge. But there's a vicious wind, and both scuttlers right now. The scuttler is standing up with the oar at the lead of the boat. Okay, they're trying to keep these boats straight. And Zeke, you're getting frustrated, but this isn't easy, buddy. This isn't easy to keep these boats straight. You got a veteran scuttler in Iron Village with the Iron Village crew, and he's having some trouble keeping the boat straight. Jeremiah is an inexperienced scuttler, so Jeremiah has been scuttling. Jeremiah's a sergeant, I believe, is it, or a lieutenant, one or the other, whatever the different rankings are. But Jeremiah is the scuttler for the junior crew, and he does scuttle the police crew that goes up against the fire department, and he's been getting an experience there. Jeremiah is an experienced rower. He has a title under his belt. But the scuttler from the Iron Village crew is Phil Gigaloni, who has a lot of experience. You can see a difference right now between Jeremiah and Phil. But one thing I will give in favor of Jeremiah, why he's having a little bit of trouble, the current right there is strong. Is a tough current to the right in the outside lane.
I think it seems like the wind's blowing straight at us, but I think it's going to the right a little bit. He can't even keep that boat straight. That's tough.
There's no doubt about it, and the junior crew and the scuttler is having some trouble. Jeremiah Nicastro keeping that boat straight with a tough 15, I would say at least a 15 to 20 mile per hour wind. You can see the boats out here that are just bouncing off the waves. You can see some of these boats, but these 2 boats are trying to line up, move over a little bit more. They're having some trouble. The junior crew is having some trouble lining up. This wind is tough. To be honest with you, it's not ideal conditions, but the wake's not that bad. The wake is the waves here. It's not that bad at all.
It's not that bad, but I'll tell you right now, it's definitely worse than it was in the first heat. I can see, you see some white caps out there? I did not see white caps in the first heat, so this is going to be this is going to be a bounty race. We'll see what happens. It's getting ready to go.
Okay, here we go. They're lining up. Okay, and as you can see, the boat to the left, Iron Village. The Coxmen are getting ready to put their hands up. The boat to the left, Iron Village. It looks like the Paul Gigalone's hands are down. In the bow of the boat, you can see the bowmen taking their little strokes. Both there goes the hands up for Paul Gigalone. Nick Novello in the boat to the right with the junior champs is just waiting. He's got to get his boat a lead coming out. Paul Gigalone has his hands up because his boat is... Oh, there they go. They're taking off. Iron Village with a monster start out of the gate. That's one of the better starts I've seen Iron Village have in a long time. They came out of the gate fast.
Those are short strokes.
Yep, they're taking short strokes to get the boat going. They better get their oars in the water and lengthen the stroke out. The Iron Village is out to a lead early. And now they got to lengthen it out. When you're in a race like this, people, if you don't know rowing, you just think of just if you ever rode any type of boat or a dinghy or anything like that, kayak. Like if you have one oar go the wrong way, it ends up doing a circle, a 180, a 360. Iron Village is already out to about a 2-boat lead. I mean, I might seriously change it to when they get to the flag, the junior crew. Whoa, the junior crew is going towards Stage 4 Park, people.
We're going to Magnolia.
Wow. I think Jeremiah might literally just come back in, kid. Just come back in. Keep it to the fire department and the police, okay? Like this one is way over. This could be the largest deficit in Wednesday history. Not that it matters much.
That's straight now.
All right, they're straight now. They're back on course again because they were literally going to the cup bridge.
I mean, if they make a real tight turn, a real sharp turn, they got a chance. Iron Village could just mess up the turn, you know. Nothing's over yet.
Oh, it's over, Zeke. They got about a 4-boat lead already. And Iron Village, under unideal conditions, they came out like a rocket ship at the start. And they are absolutely destroying the junior champs. Welcome to the senior division, junior champs. And you know what, people? You can say it was the tide. You can say it was a wake. You can say it was this or that. Both crews are rowing under the same conditions. You got to make adjustments. You can't make excuses. Welcome to the senior division. And Iron Village is pulling away early. Let's see if juniors can do anything here. You never know. You never ever know. An oar could snap. You could go from 10 oars to 9. You could go from 10 to 8. But right now, the junior champs from last year need a miracle because Iron Village has a big lead. Iron Village, Scuttler, Phil Gigalone, Coxman, Paul Gigalone. The lead oarsmen, Paul Simon and Jay Hillenbrecht. Ryan Mueller and Gilbert Brown in the 2 seats. In the engine room, Chad Motter and David Nicastro. Derek Morris and Kellen O'Malley. In the bow, Jerry Shalino, Mike Tarantino, trying to get to Saturday against the old champs who won the first heat in a controversial ending.
No, they didn't win it. But what happened with the junior champs? They were about 100 yards out, and all of a sudden they started turning way right. Was it the oars? Was it the coxsman? What happened?
Well, I think a little bit of what happened is that the boat started to go off path, and Jeremiah, he's a new scuttler. Scuttling's not easy, and I think it just pulled him the wrong way, and I think he might have panicked just a little bit and turned that oar a little bit too much for the scuttler, and it kind of jagged to the right a little too much. It doesn't take much, and you can jag that way.
No, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, in these conditions, the veterans know what to do. Okay, if this is your first time out here with the winds blowing 20 miles an hour in your face, like you don't know what to do. So yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, in conditions like this, you're trying to get the oar a little bit deeper into the water, not too deep, and you're trying to take a nice a little bit longer of a stroke, keep your oar underwater just a little bit longer than normal. All 10 oars together in harmony. That's the only way you can do it, is which crew is going to have the best stroke. 10 oars acting as one. That's the team that usually wins. And I got to tell you, though, the junior champs kind of got back on pace. They're right back on line again. Jeremiah did a great job rebounding. But the Iron Village has a big lead, and you're going to be able to tell as they go into the turn. And it looks like they're about to go into the turn at any point. And once you see them go into the turn, you're going to know how big of a lead they really have, because they got out fast. It does look like the junior champs kind of gained a little bit of ground. But we'll see here. We'll see, because it looks like the Iron Village is going into their turn right now. There they go, into their turn. And let's see how they come out of it. Last year, that was an area of concern for Iron Village, and it is again area of concern again this year. They're not getting out of their turn fast enough. Iron Village, if you can't figure out this turn, you have no chance to win a 2018 championship. I'll tell you that straight up. It took you too long to get out of your turn again. Okay, and that's what we do. We try to figure out, how can you guys get better? And you got to figure it out. But they're on their way home, and the junior crew's going into their turn now. They're down by a lot. Let's see what these guys have for heart to pull home.
Yeah, I don't see this junior crew making a great turn. Oh, it's actually kind of tight. Oh, might be too tight. But the Iron Village is just, oh gee, the Iron Village is, yeah. Junior crew is having a real hard turn, real tough turn. Iron Village is probably gonna beat them by 10 boats, at least. But you know what? First time here, junior champs. It was fun. You had no chance.
And if you, unless you ever rowed in the same boats before, and it's not easy rowing in these boats. Half a mile out, half a mile back, and 20-mile-per-hour winds. Rowing to the flag was the hard thing, because you had the wind in your face. Coming home is going to be a little bit better. In that junior boat, you have a lot of heart in that boat, a lot of good Gloucester athletes in that boat. You're going to see them come back strong, and you're going to see them learn from this. You're going to see them learn a lot from this race. Going up against Iron Village was not an easy task, and we said that it was, Zeke said 4 to 5 boats. My prediction was, when the Iron Village hits the beach, the junior champs will barely be at the pole. I think that prediction could come more true. Might even be a little bit worse. But it's about hot now. It's about just rowing. You guys tried. You're in the senior division. It's not going to be easy. Your little brother going up against the big brother. And here comes Iron Village cruising home. They're not going to let up, because they're not racing again until Saturday. They're going to be going up against the old champs who won the first heat in controversial fashion. And they're going to go up against whoever wins this third heat, which is going to be the race of the day. Chaos versus Forze Fiore. Forze Fiore, 2016 champs. Came in last year hoping to go back-to-back. A lot of good rowers. They looked great in 2016. But the merger, 2017 champ, a boat full of Morrisseys and Gigalonis, had something new to say about that, because that's the 2017 champ, is the merger. Forze Fiore and Chaos, two great crews getting ready to row against each other. The anxiety is going to start picking up for these crews, the nerves, the adrenaline, as these two crews, two great crews, are about to face off in Heat 3, which is the race of the day. As Iron Village, you can see, is just blowing away the junior champs and showing this field on why Iron Village is the heavy favorite to give merger a run for the 2018 title. Iron Village is pulling home water right now. They had a great start. Their turn wasn't as good. That's an area that they can tighten up. They got to get their oars a little bit deeper in the water. It's a little bit sloppy, but they have a huge lead right now, and they're not going to let up. I think you're going to see a statement right now out of Iron Village, and it's not a statement to the junior champs. It's a statement to Chaos and Forze Fiore that we're here. This is the team to beat on Saturday. You better put together a good race on Saturday. Chaos or Forze Fiore, whoever is going to get to them. The old champs won the first heat in in controversial fashion, which old champs want to somehow be able to beat this team and make it to Sunday. Iron Village is just pulling it home. They went out in a straight path. They're coming home in a straight path, and they are destroying this junior crew.
Yeah, we'll see what happens on Saturday. We'll see the conditions. It's supposed to be really warm, supposed to be high 80s, hopefully not so much wind. So the strongest team, the best rowing team will win when there's no wind, when there's no current. But you know what? Sometimes when there is controversy, the best team can pull out.
So here we go, the Iron Village coming home strong. Scuttler Phil Gigaloni, Coxman Paul Gigaloni, lead oarsman Paul Simon and Jay Hillenbrick, Ryan Mueller and Gilbert Brown, Chad Motta, David Nicastro, Derek Morris, Kellen O'Malley, Jerry Shimotaro, Mike Tarantino, and they're gonna hit the beach. And listen, Zeke, I was off. They're quite not at the greasy pole.
No, 30 boats. It looks like 30 boats to me. Hey, you're junior champs. Step it up next year.
Zeke, be respectful. They're pulling in here. Come on, they're giving their heart. It's not an easy race. You can see that the path was tough, and they're not. Jeremiah's definitely having some trouble keeping a straight path. They're all over the place, no doubt about it. But they're giving it heart. They're pulling the strokes. There's nothing to be ashamed of, junior champs, no doubt about it. It was a tough course to keep straight. A tough time to turn the boat around. No doubt, you guys gotta just keep doing what you do, and you guys might have a chance of being champs someday.
I mean, listen, they won the juniors last year, and they come here, Fiesta Wednesday, to row against the seniors, and they have to row in this condition. That's tough. That's tough for them. It is, but they did well. They came to the shore. Okay. Maybe if they have better weather, they can do better next year. We'll see what happens.
Yep, so the junior crew, Nick Novello, Coxman, Jeremiah, Nicastro, the Scuttler, Alex Rotolosi, Tony Petrilli, Jermaine Edwards, and Christian Sanfilippo, Jake Schrock and John Philpott, Brendan O'Brien, Jared Morris, Alex Militello, and Joe Gigaloni. Better luck next year, guys. I know you'll have a good time at the Fiesta, Bona Fiesta. We're going to go to a quick commercial break here before we get to the third heat, which is the race of the day. Could be maybe the race of the weekend, because you have two heavyweights going at it. You have Chaos, 6-time champion, one of the great crews in the history of sailboats, going up against Forze Fury, a 2016 champion, back with the same crew. And Forze Fury, we want to know, who are you? Are you the champion of 2016? Or are you just another crew trying to make it to Saturday? We'll be back after this break with the St. Peter's app and Streamography.
At Cranny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
For a growing business, things can move pretty quickly. That's why it's important to bank with someone who won't hold you back. At Cape Ann Savings Bank, we have built our reputation on our quick, local decision-making. Our lending officers know this area and what it takes to get business done here. Cape Ann Savings Bank, a local bank that can keep up with your business.
Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
Are you like this guy, struggling year in and year out to get that heavy AC back in the window? In only a couple of hours, Cranny Home Services can easily install a sleek ductless split unit so you never have to go through the struggle again. They're far more efficient than traditional air conditioners, your walls and ceilings won't have to be ripped apart, you'll never have to move it, and it even gives off some heat in the winter. So if you want to learn more about how you can save money and aggravation with the ductless split unit, we'd love to chat with you here at Cranny Home Services. You can give us a call at 1-800-CRANNY or visit our website at crannyhomeservices.com.
Welcome back to the St. Peter's Fiesta Elimination Wednesday. And yeah, we took a little bit longer of a break there because we were looking at the film, the footage from that first heat between the old champs and the Danger Zone, Iron Village number 2. And we were looking at it very closely, seeing who stopped first, seeing who was the boat. And I will tell you one thing, in defense of the Jimmy T, the judge that's down there on a very, very tough call there, I think what the perception was Danger Zone in Iron Village 2, which was the boat to the left, that boat definitely stopped first. But there was guys taking strokes, and it might have gave a perception of they were rowing still. But we looked at that footage real close. And yeah, that boat did win. That they stopped first. They just beat the old champs by probably less than a seat length. But when you look at that film really close, you're going to see that the boat to the left in the Danger Zone, Iron Village 2, just barely stopped first in a very, very tough call. And I will tell you, after looking at it closer, there was guys on the Danger Zone Iron Village 2 in the back of the boat that were still taking strokes when the boat was stopped. And when you look at it close, it actually looks like they're trying to row still, but their boat was stopped. And it did really, it looked like they might have, like the other crew might have won. And when you look at it close, no, don't, why are you still stroking? It threw the perception off. It was that close of a race. At the end, the path was off just a tad. And it was that close. And I can see a judge just not knowing. It's a close call. You're looking down the path trying to get the best view. And it was close enough that looking at that tape, it was a tough call. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, the beach isn't completely straight. This isn't a straight beach. It curves. That's how beaches work. But how it works, like John said, is the boat that stops. And what we saw was a Santa Maria, Iron Village 2, I believe, that the boat that stopped, and the Pinta, the old timers, that, I don't know, like we watched it a few times and we stopped it and we rewinded it and we played it again and we saw the Santa Maria stop first. So that's what I see as being the winner. So I don't know, it's controversy, but it happens.
No doubt, it does happen, and it was a close race. It was a down to the wire race, and the old champs are advancing to Saturday, and it was close enough. And you don't leave the elements down to that close of a race, and unfortunately, the call went against the Danger Zone Iron Village 2, and the old champs are advancing to Saturday, and that boat is loaded with legends on that boat. And with an adjustment, I don't know, maybe they can cause some damage going into this weekend. But that boat has Gino Mondello, because it is official that Gino Mondello, the Scuttler, the Coxman, Andy Orlando, lead oarsmen Scott Morrissey and Steve Goodek, John Scholar and Tony Frontero, Mike Morrissey and Jay Prince, Joe Gigaloni and Jerry Shalino, Mike Galanti and Lenny Belanti. That crew's advancing to Saturday because it's official call. And when you look at it, it was very, very close race. And now in the heat number 2 is the Iron Village advancing to Saturday on another impressive victory. And Iron Village 2, Scuttler Phil Gigaloni, Coxman Paul Gigaloni, lead oarsman Paul Simon and Jay Hillenbrecht. And you have Ryan Mueller and Gilbert Brown, Chad Motter and David Nicastro, Derek Morris and Kellen O'Malley, Jerry Shimataro and Mike Tarantino. That's in the second heat, and they're advancing to Saturday against the old champs. And then in this final heat, we have the race of the day, Forze Fury, which means Force and Fury, Scuttler Mike Harmon, Coxman Mike Jarvis, the lead oarsman Vincenzo Terranova and Peter Mondello, John Francis and Peter Taramina, in the 2 seats, Sam Taramina and LJ Robinson in the 3 seats, Wayne Morris and Ray D'Amico, JJ Palazzola and David Liquata in the bow. That's Forza Fiore, your 2016 champions, going up against Chaos. 6-time champion. Chaos, one of the greatest crews of all time. They've had it rough the last couple years, and people questioning, does Chaos have it anymore? They're not even, some people not even putting them in the conversation of having a chance to win it. Maybe not even make it to Saturday because of this tough draw. But Chaos have different plans. They're your 2000 champ, 2002, 2009, 2010, 2011. Missed the 4-peat in 2012 by about a seat length. And then won it again in 2013 when people thought that it might have been over for them. They said, no, it's not. Now, in 2018, they're here to prove a point that Chaos is for real. They've always been for real. They're a 6-time champion. They're one of the great crews of all time. And no doubt about it, their scuttler, Timmy Oakes, is one of the best in the business. His girls are watching from Boxford, and they have a shout out to Daddy, saying, Daddy, take one home for us. The Coxman's Joe Novello, one of the great coaches of all time, great guy. He's one of the lead people in this Fiesta to make this happen. And they have Eric Dombrowski at lead oars. They have Tommy Conrad, Wally Myers, Brian Dory, Elliot Hovey, Janda Rickymon, Joe Sanfilippo, John Novello, Josh Crosby, and I forgot Harrington. Lead oarsman. How can you forget a lead oarsman? So these are 2 crews, great crews that are going at it, and only one of them are going to come out of this. Only one of them can get to Saturday, even though these 2 crews are definitely what seems to be 2 of the best crews on Wednesday, but unfortunately they drew each other, and only one is going to make it to Saturday.
Yeah, both of these crews are Sunday crews, you would assume. But like John said, tough draw. They just pull names out of a hat. And these 2 crews that should be on Sunday, possibly, are rowing against each other on Wednesday. And this should be a really good race. Once they get lined up, once they get going, it's getting chilly. It's going to be a great race. It seems like they're getting ready to pull up soon. Here we go.
All right, we're waiting. We have right in front of us, we have Chaos ready to go. You can see Timmy Oakes, black shirt on, the scuttler, keeping his oar. You're going to see that he's going to have no trouble keeping this boat straight. He's a veteran, a 6-time champion, one of the great scuttlers of all time. I mean, there are some great scuttlers, no doubt about it. The scuttler is keeping this boat straight, half a mile out, turning around a flag, and half a mile back. It's 1 mile, a full race. You're not going to have to worry about Timmy Oakes on this part. He's going to do his job like Bill Belichick says. Joe Novello, the coach, no doubt about it, is going to do his job. 10 rowers. Does Chaos still have what it takes? Do they have enough left in this tank to be able to advance to Saturday against a Forza Fury crew that are they the real deal? And like we were talking, Forza Fury, they won it in 2016. They had a great race on a Wednesday. They got better on Saturday in 2016. Not many people thought that crew would be a 2016 champ. They knew that they were good. But to go up against some really strong crews with the Morriseys and Gigalonis and Wharf Rats that year, and the Gigalonis had their own crew in Wharf Rats, the Morriseys had a crew, and Forza Fury took down the title against 2 veteran crews, and the Forza Fury was your 2016 champs coming into Sunday. People were thinking, not only is it a young crew, a strong crew, a mixture of different guys in different age groups, that this crew could be a crew to be reckoned with in years to come. Unfortunately, the merger in 2017, mixture They combined. That's why they call it the merger. The Gigalonis and Morrisseys combined. Two big-time rowing families put it together, wondering, will there be chemistry? Chemistry is the most important ingredient in all sports. If you don't have chemistry, you don't have much. Gigalonis and Morrisseys combined, what are we going to get? Is the chemistry going to be there? Is it not going to be there? They didn't know. But in 2017, they put together the merger. And there was no doubt that the chemistry was there as they dominated the field on Wednesday. On Saturday, the Iron Village gave them a race. Merger won by about a boat and a half, maybe a little bit more. But they made an adjustment on Sunday, and the adjustment was obvious. Vito Gigaloni Sr. says that any great crew he's ever been on, they shoot for 34 to 35 strokes per minute. And they did that. They made that adjustment, and they had the biggest, largest win maybe in Sailboat history on a Sunday, beating Forza Fiore, the champs, by a dozen or more boats. Might have been more. And they beat Iron Village, who came in second, by probably 4 to 5 boats. So the merger's your 2017 champ. Forza Fiore's back in 2018. Pretty much the same crew. And Forza Fiore has Mike Harmon scuttling. Great scuttler. Tremendous character. Great chemistry guy. They have a coxman, Mike Jarvis. Great. He was a great rower when he rowed. Not a great coach. Anyone that's ever rowed for him only has great things to say about him. He knows the sport. Mike Jarvis knows how to play the games on you if you want to get into a chess match with him. Vincenzo Terranova and Peter Mondello lead oar. John Francis and Peter Taramina are in the 2 seats. In the engine room, Sam Taramina and L.J. Robinson, Wayne Morris and Ray D'Amico. In the bow, J.J. Pellizzola and David Linquata. Forza Fiore, do you have it? Are you the same crew as 2016 or better? I seen the look in their eye. They have a different look this year, Zeke. Their look's a lot different.
Yeah, I'm taking Forza Fiore in this race for sure. But they're going against Chaos, which is the strong crew. So it's going to be really close to see what happens. Oh, we got Lenny Belanti's yelling at us from down below.
You're lost. That's it. You just watched the tape on.
Lenny, what are you yelling about? I don't know. Boats are getting lined up. What's he saying? Lenny's upset.
Lenny Belanti's a little upset. I mean, it's, this in life, people, there's opinions. Jimmy T, I love you, kid. Your opinion is they won. You had a good view down on the beach. We had a view up here. We also watched the film, and life's about opinion. Someone's going to tell me respect my opinion. I think that the other crew won. He's trying to tell us to respect him. We're Streamography, the St. Peter's app. We're not here to cause controversy. This isn't like the WEI show where we're trying to make all kinds of money or something here. We're trying to give the St. Peter's app and people throughout the world to watch this. I don't care if you're the judge on the beach or not. I don't care if you're part of the committee. I think the committee does a great job. You're one of the people on the committee making a judgment call. But if you're wrong, in my opinion, I'm going to tell you we're wrong. And that's how simple it was. Doesn't mean that you're a bad person or anything like that. I could be wrong. I'm watching the film. I don't know, maybe you watch the film and you'll say, no, the other crew won. We're going by what we saw. So, and what we saw on the film that we have in that first heat, they're still talking about it. It's going to be controversy for years to come. But it doesn't even matter. Those 2 crews were good crews, no doubt about it. But it's going to come down to the merger. Whoever wins this race, Forza Fiore or Chaos, and Iron Village, those are the crews that are going to win it. Whoever won in that first heat, I hate to say it, but it's irrelevant because you're not getting out of Saturday. And that's another fact. That's not opinion. So we are where we are here, people. It's very simple. This is coming down to Chaos, Forza Fiore. Whoever wins this race is going to get to Saturday against Iron Village, and it's going to be a 2-boat race. Because in that first heat, those boats are going to lose by at least 10 boats, and that first heat's going to be irrelevant. So whoever wins this race is going up against Iron Village, and then it's going to be those 2 crews, whoever wins this race and Iron Village on Sunday. Vincent Orlando knows it too. He called it. It's going to be, no doubt about it, Iron Village and the merger on Sunday. Iron Village and whoever wins this race will make it to Sunday. So, Zeke, what do you think?
I try not to think, to be honest, with all this controversy. Too much going on. I just know that this third heat is going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a race, as they say. So we're just trying to get these boats lined up. It seems like it's going to start soon. I'm excited for the greasy pole. I'm not a sand boat guy. I like the greasy pole. That's the real sport. Get out of here.
All right, well, that's Zeke. That's your opinion. I actually love sand boats, and I love greasy pole, both of them. They're both a great tradition of the St. Peter's Fiesta and Bona Fiesta. Everyone out there on the St. Peter's app and Streamography watching across the whole world. We have people from Sicily and Terracini, the shutouts in Colorado, Florida, and then obviously in Mass we have all kinds of shoutouts. The Oak Girls have a shout out to Timmy, their dad, to take one more home, Dad, get us to Saturday and see what we can do. The Chaos crowd, obviously a lot of supporters wanting to see Chaos make it to Saturday and see if Chaos has enough in the tank to make one more run at a title. Obviously they'd love to see more, but let's see what Chaos has as they're lining up. You can see Timmy out there now has the boat lined up. Forza Fiore to the right, and we're just waiting here for these two boats to line up and see what they have, and we're gonna have a great race. To the right you have Forza Fiore, and you can see Timmy Oaks in the middle with Joe Novello, Scuttle Coxman, trying to put these boats, getting them ready to go. Hold on there.
Oh, what's all that money for?
Give that to Emily. Okay, sorry, they're going to the carnival to get play some games. You got to give the kids money. It's always about the kids. You got to remember that, even though it's costing a boatload. So to the right here, we're just waiting for them to line up. Okay, we're waiting for them to line up and get it going. You will see a third boat in the picture. You have the merger practicing, which they get to do today. They get to practice while the other boats are on elimination Wednesday. We already have 3 boats that are eliminated with 2 to go, and we have the old champs that are advancing into Saturday against the Iron Village. The Iron Village, the old champs, and we're waiting to see who the third boat's going to be. Is it going to be Chaos? Is it going to be Forza Fiore? This is the race of the day, no doubt about it. Chaos, Forza Fiore, the race of the day. We're waiting to see what they have here. We want to get them lined up. It's definitely taking a little bit more time than we anticipated. It's a little bit chilly on Pavilion Beach, and we're waiting to get them lined up so we get this race started and see what our Saturday's going to bring. And Fiesta's starting today. The carnival's open. We have Greasy Pole on Friday, so we'll have a nice event Friday for you, and see if whoever can take down the flag on Friday, Greasy Pole, can advance to Saturday. And similar to same boats, you win it on Saturday, you go to Championship Sunday, and that's what we're waiting for. So while we're waiting, a little shout out to our sponsors and Craney Home Services, Neptune Harvest, so the fertilization for your gardens or whatever you might be growing for plants or flowers. Jalapenos Restaurant, right in the west end of Main Street. You have Gloucester House, serving the Gloucester and North Shore area with amazing food and cocktails, and they have tremendous function rooms. Blue Collar, attached to the Gloucester House, also owned by the Linquata family. You have the Cape Ann Brewery, Cape Ann Savings Bank, and Bank Gloucester. You have a lot of great businesses supporting the St. Peter's app and Streamography, which you can watch from throughout the world. Or if you're at restaurants right now, it's a little chilly on the beach. Some people might have taken to different restaurants to watch this, and you can watch it there. You can watch it right from your app. But these great businesses are going to be open. The restaurants are going to be open to be serving during the fiesta and throughout the year. So you have in this third heat, the final heat of the day, Forza Fiore versus Chaos. And we're just waiting for them to come around and line up. They're both taking time. These are two top crews. These guys put in a lot of effort. All these rowers put in a lot of effort. And you're just waiting for this opportunity, which happens once a year, Elimination Wednesday, and a number of guys don't make it out of Wednesday to race on Saturday for the hope to get to Sunday against the Merger. The Merger, 2017 champions, in an incredible crew, the Merger. And there's not enough good things to say about their performance on Sunday last year. The 2017 champs, Scuttler, Joe Belbo, Coxman, Vito Gigoloni Sr. Those two alone have probably 25 to 30 titles throughout decades of rowing experience and scuttling now and coaching. Joe Belbo, Vito Gigoloni Sr. And here are your rowers for the Merger. Last year's 2017 champions, Dylan Morrissey, Chris Gigoloni are your lead oarsmen. Vito Gigoloni Jr., Clayton Morrissey in the 2-seat. In the engine room, Rob Morrissey and Mike Mitchell. Nick Gigoloni and Seth Morrissey. In the bow, Mark Gigoloni, Zach Morrissey. You have all Gigolonis and Morrisseys. Joe Belbo to keep the chemistry straight with all these guys that are in that boat. That boat is loaded with champions. There isn't a guy on that crew that has less than 3 championships on Sunday. Most of them have 6 or 7. Vito has a dozen. Joe Belbo has at least a dozen. That boat is loaded with titles. The Merger, 2017 champions. They're going to be tough to beat. They won last year by a dozen boats or more over Forza Fiore, who came in third to Iron Village, who won in our second heat today. But they beat them by 4 to 5 boats as well. The Merger, arguably right now, could be one of the toughest teams to stop. So let's see if we're still waiting on Chaos. Here is right here in front of us. Forza Fiore. You can see to the right. Yeah, we have Chaos to the left, all lined up and ready to go. And to the right, Forza Fiore's out a little ways. We want them to come in. The Harbor Master is right there in the middle. Let's get Forza Fiore lined up. We need Forza Fiore over here to get this race going. And we're going to have a heck of a race. So you can see Forza Fiore over there, and you can see the scuttler in red. That's Mike Harmon, tremendous scuttler. Mike Jarvis is the coxman. We're waiting for them to come over, get lined up. Chaos is waiting to go. So while we're waiting here, I don't know where Forza Fiore's going. They're taking a few more reps, repping it out. Greasy Pole Friday coming up. Whoever wins Friday gets to Saturday. Zeke, who do you think's going to win the Greasy Pole? Who do we have for some favorites to win the Greasy Pole this year?
Oh, we got plenty of favorites. We got cousin Lenny Taramina for Sunday. I'll take a pick on Ross Carlson. I think he's Friday. I hope so. Kyle Barry is actually making a comeback to the greasy pole. He's very skilled. Stu McGilvery is also a really good pick for Sunday. There's a lot of good guys out there. And I think the weather this weekend is going to be great. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be in the 80s. Shouldn't be too much of a breeze. So we're going to see a lot of good walkers out there. A lot of good walkers out there this weekend. These boats are still trying to come in, and they're just going back and forth at this point.
These two crews are almost like at this point playing a little bit of a cat and mouse game with each other. Forza Fury's now kind of making their way in. Chaos is kind of making their way out, but you'll see Chaos whipping around. This is a veteran crew. They see Forza Fury coming in. They're going to start getting it around. And here they come, just as anticipated. Timmy Oaks getting the boat around, having no issues with the steering, even though it's really tough conditions with the wind. They're making their way around nice and easy. They don't want to wear anyone down. So they're making their way around. Timmy Oaks scuttling, Joe Novello, the coach. And Zeke, you had a couple good picks for the greasy pole. Lenny Taramina, no doubt about it, is a favorite. He touched the flag last year on Sunday. He had it in both hands. No doubt Ross Carlson on. I think he's on Saturday. Didn't he win on Friday? Yeah, he won one on Friday. So he's on Saturday. Yeah, you have Cody Zappa. He's definitely a favorite to take it down. And
Randy Sweet went Friday, Saturday.
Randy Sweet Friday, Saturday last year. He's a favorite. He had 3 great walks on. He had great walks every day, Friday, Saturday, and even on Sunday he had a couple of great walks. Randy Sweet's definitely a favorite. And like last year, people underestimated Jacob Wagner. Jacob Wagner, your 2017 Greasy Pole champion, and he no doubt is someone not to underestimate anymore. He won it last year. He's won 3 titles, I believe, right? He has 1 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Yep. 2 Sunday titles, and you win 1, you win 2, you win 3. This is not by default. That's the real deal, people. And when you can win more than 1, winning 1's tough enough on that greasy pole. When you have 50 guys every day competing, you're talking 150 guys over the weekend. It's not easy to take that flag down with all that grease. But here they go, and here comes Timmy Oaks in Chaos. Getting ready to line up. Joe Novello, the coach. Joe Novello, one of the icons of the Fiesta, the head of the committee. Make sure you make your donations to the Fiesta and the Fiesta committee. They put a lot of hard effort in, and they deserve donations, and you can contact Joe Novello. But there they go, they're lining up. Chaos lined up. Forza Fury off to the right, lined up. Let's see what they're gonna do here. You have Timmy Oaks, the scuttler for Chaos. Joe Novello, the coxman. You have Mike Harmon, the scuttler, and Mike Jarvis, the coxman for Forza Fury. So Forza Fury, scuttler Mike Harmon in red, coxman Mike Jarvis, scuttler for Chaos Timmy Oaks in black. The coxman for Chaos, Joe Novello. And what could be one of the races of the weekend, Chaos versus Forza Fury. They're lining up, people. These 2 boats are 2 boats that could easily win it all this year. As good as Merger is, anybody can win on any given Sunday in anything, especially Championship Sunday. You have the Atlantic Ocean here. That is a major element. You have the beach, the rocks, you have everything that any wake, any wave, anything, or snapping, and anything can change for anybody. But with these 2 crews, 10 rowers, 1 coxman, and 1 scuttler, these are 2 great crews going at it. 2 champions. Only one is advancing to Saturday. Even though these 2 crews have crews that are capable of taking the 2018 crown down, The names were drawn out of the hat at the St. Peter's Club last night. Many people were happy that they didn't have to face these crews on Wednesday, because most crews are going to lose to these two crews on Wednesday, but they have to face each other. To the left, Chaos, 6-time champion. To the right, Forza Fiore, 2016 champion, back again with the same crew. Get ready, people, for what's going to be an incredible race. Conditions have gotten, there is still a wind, but you can see that the ripple has gone down just a little bit. Still not ideal, far from glass conditions. Chaos to the left, getting ready. Mike Harmon to the right with Forza Fiore lined up.
They're straightened out. Forza Fury straighten out. Chaos is a little behind. It's getting close. It's getting close here. I think there might be a start soon.
Here they go, people. You'll see in the bowmen now, they're feathering. Remember, feathering is just like, when you give an analogy, Fred Flintstone running in place, getting that car ready to go. You can see the bowmen for Chaos. They're here waiting on Joe Novello to put his hands up. And it looks like they're, let's see, Joe Novello's looking. He's talking to his crew. Timmy Oaks, the scuttler, and they're moving back. When you see the boat turn like this, they're not going to get started. They're going to pull him back again. Mike Jarvis to the right, the coach. You can see his arms crossed. And you have Mike Harmon, the scuttler in red. That's Forza Fiore. They're lined up, ready to go. The coaches are going to put their hands up. When one hand goes up, that team's ready to go. The other team puts their hands up. That means they're going. You're going to see all the oars going. They're going to get a start. Most starts are going to consist of quick, short strokes to get the same boat going, and then they'll lengthen their strokes out and get into their regular stroke. So Forza Fiore to the right, Mike Jarvis, the coach, arms crossed. To the right, Mike Harmon, the scuttler in red. Forza Fiore, 2016 champ. Didn't have a great race last year on Sunday. And people, when you're the champion on Sunday, you don't get to race anyone on Wednesday or Saturday. So if you have a bad race on Sunday, you can make an adjustment. Your adjustment is on Monday when Fiesta's over. It is very hard to repeat. Forza Fiore found that out last year. Like I told you, there's a different look in their eye this year. A lot different. Joe Novello, Timmy Oaks, the scuttler to the left. The bowmen are starting a little bit of a feather. You can see the Joe Novello's got the arms up. Mike Jarvis is looking. No, he's shaking his head. No, he doesn't like it. He arms crossed. He does not like what he sees. What does that mean, people? He doesn't like what he sees. Joe Novello's arms are still up. Mike, when he bends over like that, he's gonna tell his guys, we're gonna go. That's what he's telling them right now. Guys, go. And you're gonna see Mike Jarvis, he's waiting to get a little bit of a lead. He's not. He's a very smart coach. These guys, we're gonna get ready to go. He's waiting to get an edge. He's not putting his arms up unless this boat is tied or has a slight lead. Joe Novello's hands are still up. His hands are still up. Mike Jarvis crosses his arms. That means we're going to pull him back, boys. Pull him back. When you see Mike Jarvis go over to his knees, hands on his thighs, people, he's telling his guys, all 10, get ready. Mike Jarvis is a smart coach. He is not putting his hands in the air until his boat has a lead. And it's not going to be a boat lead, but he's going to have a lead. And it might only be literally what could be a foot. But that foot could be the difference. You just don't know. Mike Jarvis won one a few years back in what was one of the closest races in same boat history on Sunday. In a 3-boat showdown, Wharf Rats was one of them that came in second, and it was literally by feet. So similar to the first heat today, where you almost couldn't tell who won. It was that close. So you're going to see again, Chaos to the left, Timmy Oaks the scuttler, Joe Novello the coxman. And you're going to see the here they go again, the bowman feathering. Chaos actually uses 4 guys feathering. You can see them. There's 4 guys doing slight little moves. Joe Novello's looking. Joe Novello, both the left hands up, Mike Jarvis hands crossed. He's talking to him. He's trying to get Mike Jarvis. There he goes to his legs. You see him. He tries to get the other crew off. He's telling his guys, get ready. If you see him, his arms go up, the boat to the right. Nope, his arms are crossed again. He comes up. You're going to see the pattern, people. Mike, when he puts his hand up like that, he's trying to distract the other rowers on the other crew. So he's getting his hands up. You'll see when he goes to his thighs, it's a telltale that he's about to get ready to go. Joe Novello, the coach of the Chaos and the coach of any crew, is going to say, guys, just pay attention to your roars. Nobody should be looking over at Mike Jarvis other than one guy, Joe Novello, the coach of Chaos. And what you're seeing is when Mike Jarvis points to the other crew, he's almost trying to get that other crew off. And then he goes to his legs. Once you see him go to his thighs, Mike Jarvis is telling his crew, the boat to the right, get ready, boys, we're going to take off. Give me some, give me some, give me some. The adrenaline will start to kick in. And Mike Jarvis didn't like what he saw, the boat to the right. He did not put his arms up. If he puts his arms up, that's when the games begin and they take off and they're lining up again. This is a cat and mouse game.
I think they should beach both seine boats and just have someone push them and just go. That'd be the easiest way. Why do they have to sit in the water like this? Put them right on the beach and give them one little push and then that's it. And make it a lot quicker.
Zeke, you have a good thought? We'll try to do that maybe next year. You guys can try it. Maybe your friends can get in a couple boats and they'll try it out. Okay, so they're lined up again. To the left, Chaos. To the right, Forze, Fury, Timmy Oakes, the scuttler of Chaos to the left. Joe Novello, hands on his thighs. Joe Novello, hands go up. Mike Jarvis, arms crossed. If he goes down, you're going to see he's telling his guys to pull. There he goes. He's going down. Mike Jarvis, the coxman to the right. Mike Harmon, the scuttler to the right. There he goes, and there goes the race. He took off. There they go. Both guys got great starts. You're going to see these are two experienced crews. A lot of muscle into the right. A lot of experience to the left. Chaos to the left. Forze Fury to the right. It's a beautiful start by both crews coming out of the gate. They are pulling water in both crews. We're going to see what happens now. The Chaos, usually what is known as the perfect stroke. Let's see what they have this year. Chaos, 6-time champion to the left. To the right, Forze Fury, 2016 champion. The conditions aren't great. They're not terrible. They're not glass. Forze Fury to the right, Chaos to the left. It looks like a slight lead out of Chaos to the left maybe, but we don't know.
Right now it looks like both crews have really good strokes. I'm seeing very good chemistry. They all look the same in the water long. Right now it's hard to tell. Maybe Chaos up by a seat and a half. But these strokes look really smooth, really good in these tough conditions. Everything's looking good right now. We have to see what happens. Long race into the wind, going out with the wind coming back. So it's all about the turn, I think. We'll see what happens.
Zeke, you nailed it on the head, no doubt about it. It's the wind is coming straight at us on Pavilion Beach. It's a strong wind coming at us. It's gonna be a little bit more. It's gonna be more difficult on the way out. On the way back, wind to their back. These two experienced crews. My opinion is whoever comes around that flag and gets out of the turn first is going to Saturday. And we have Forze Fury to the right, Chaos to the left, in an absolute dogfight right now. It's close. We're waiting for an update from one of the committee boats. But to the left, Chaos. To the right, Forze Fury. Both of them came out of the gate. And both of them look great. You can see these crews totally different than a lot of the other crews we saw today. They look similar to Iron Village, who won the second heat. And that's why these two crews right here had a tough draw 2018 on Elimination Wednesday to face each other on Wednesday, because these are two crews that deserve to be into Saturday. These are two crews that could easily be on Sunday, these are two crews that could be the 2018 champions, because either one of these crews can beat Merger as good as they are. So Chaos to the left, Forza Fury to the right. We're waiting for an update from one of the committee boats. This Friday, Greasy Pole. Whoever wins Friday gets to go to Saturday. Whoever wins Saturday gets to Championship Sunday with all the big dogs on Sunday. Championship Sunday. Who is going to be your next 2018 Greasy Pole champion on Champion Sunday? Last year, Jacob Wagner, 2018 champion. And he did it again. No doubt. Doing it for his dad. So good for you, Jacob. We got some great contenders on Greasy Pole Friday and Saturday. Is it going to be someone like Cody Zappa, who's come so close? There's Joe Frontero, touched the flag last year. Let's see what's going to happen. We have a lot of good walkers, and Nick Taramina, another good walker. There's a lot of good walkers, no doubt about it. Right now we have Forza Fury to the right. We have Chaos to the left, 6-time champion, battling with, who are they? Can Chaos come back? Can they do it again? 6-time champion, or is this it? To the right, Forza Fury, 2016 champion. Going into 2017, they thought, hey, we're going to do it again. The Merger had something different to say as they beat them by about 15 boats. Losing to Iron Village as well. So Forza Fury has an identity crisis, and we're going to see now, is this the Forza Fury of 2016, or is this the Forza Fury of 2017? And it looks like these boats are getting near the pen, and there goes Chaos into the turn, and there goes Forza Fury into the turn, and what we thought would be a dogfight, and it is a dogfight. Forza Fury to the right, Chaos to the left. Whoever comes out of this turn has the wind of their back. 4 to 5 minutes on the way out, 4 to 5 minutes on the way back. Give or take a little bit, and it looks like both crews are out of the turn, because you have two experienced scuttlers, and Timmy Oakes and Mike Harmon. They both whipped those boats around. That's an area of concern for Iron Village. They need to tidy up that turn. They looked great in that first race. Their turn took a little bit too much. That's where someone can gain a boat or more on the turn. Here they come home. Chaos to the left. Forza Fury to the right. It's going to be a dogfight. They're real close right now. They're neck and neck coming on the way home. It's right now a very close heat. And we're just going to see here. Is it going to be Chaos? Is it going to be Forza Fury? We're waiting to see. What's it going to be? Forza Fury to the right. Chaos to the left. It's a battle going out. Battle coming home. The wind of their backs.
We gotta call Vinny. Is Vincent answering? We need an update from the committee boat. From here, it looks almost dead even. Maybe Chaos, a little bit ahead.
Looks like it could be, but
yeah, it's hard to tell. Looks like Chaos might be a half a boat or less. But these two crews are really digging in right now and going hard with the wind coming in quick. We'll be able to tell real soon. And they're pretty close to each other too. This is very important, because the winner of this can definitely win on Saturday and give the Merger very good competition for the championship. Yeah, it looks neck and neck right now.
Chaos with a half a boat lead. We're getting an update from the committee boat. Chaos with a half a boat lead. Just keep giving us the update, Vincent. Chaos with a half a boat lead on the left, but for Mike Jarvis and Forze Fury to the right just made a move, and we have a dead heat. Here comes Forze Fury making a move. Forze Fury's making a move on Chaos. Here they come. Chaos is making a move. Chaos by less than a seat. The committee boat's giving us an update. Vincent Orlando. We have Forze Fury to the right. Chaos to the left. 6-time champion. We have a dead heat. The committee boat's telling us a dead heat. A dead heat. Forze Fury to the right. Chaos to the left. Experience to the left. Forze Fury 2016 champion to the right. We have the Pinta making a move. We have the Pinta making a move. It's Forze Fury's making a move. Here they come. The greasy pole shuffle.
They are right on each other.
We have a dead heat right now. We better get a call coming up. It's going to be another close race. Forze Fury, here they come. Here comes Forze Fury to the right, 2016 champion. Chaos to the left. It's going to be a battle right to the beach, people. Chaos is giving it everything they have. The greasy pole shuffle's coming. The greasy pole shuffle. You have Forze Fury to the right. Chaos to the left. 2016 champion. A 6-time champion in Chaos. Forze Fury to the right. Chaos to the left.
No.
It's going to be a battle again.
No.
Chaos. Forze Fury. Chaos. Forze Fury. Forze Fury. Who do we have? I think we got Forze Fury just necking him out. We're waiting for the boat. It looks like it's Forze Fury. It looks like Forze Fury to the right. Forze Fury got him by a less than a seat. What a race. What a race. Forze Fury by less than a seat. Unbelievable. Chaos just get necked out. 6-time champion to Forze Fury. 2016 champ is back into Saturday.
We were talking about this from the beginning. We were saying this third heat was going to be the best heat of the day, and obviously it was. That came down to just the front of the boat. That was less than a seat. That was unbelievable. Right there to the end. Crazy. Great race. I love that.
All right, Zeke, no doubt about it. This is Elimination Wednesday, and on the first heat, you had a dogfight. You can hear it still whipping through the win. But Elimination Wednesday, the first heat came down to less than a seat, and a controversial ending. Which could have went either way, but it went to the old champs, and that's going to be. They went into the Saturday race. The second heat of the day was gauged to be a blowout, and it was a blowout as Iron Village completely destroyed the junior champs. But you got to give credit to the juniors, their first race in seniors. They did the best they can in tough conditions, and the Iron Village advanced into Saturday. And then in the third race, what we all thought would be the race of the day came down to Chaos, 6-time champion, versus Forze Fury, 2016 champion. Wondering who are they going to be, the team of 2016 or trying to repeat in 17, and things just didn't go well on Sunday. Forze Fury, everything they had at the end. Chaos, everything they had at the end. And Forze Fury edged them out by less than a seat in an incredible race. Tip your caps to Chaos, just a tremendous crew. Class act with Joe Novello and Timmy Oakes and a great crew behind them. It's just tough luck in the draw that they can't make any adjustments for Saturday. Unfortunately, Chaos had a tough draw got edged out by a great Forza Fury crew. And Forza Fury advancing to Saturday. Mike Harmon scuttling, Mike Jarvis the coxman, Vincenzo Terranova and Peter Mondello, John Francis and Peter Terramina, Sam Terramina and LJ Robinson, Wayne Morris and Ray D'Amico, JJ Pelazzola and Dave Linquata. Advancing to Saturday, congratulations to Forza Fury, Iron Village, and the old champs. They will be seeing you on Saturday, and Zeke will be seeing them Saturday.
I might not be here Saturday, but I'll be here Sunday for the championship round. Are you going to be here?
Yes, we will, Zeke. I know you have some work, so if not, we'll hold down the fort for you. Well, this is Streamography with the St. Peter's app. And our sponsors one more time: Craney Home Services, Neptune Harvest, Jalapenos, Gloucester House and Blue Collar, Cape Ann Brewery, Cape Ann Savings Bank, Bank Gloucester. Thank you for sponsoring. This is the St. Peter's Fiesta 2018. Bona Fiesta. What a great Elimination Wednesday. I'm your host, John Nicastro, with Zeke. We'll see you guys this weekend, this Friday. Greasy Pole Friday. Hopefully it's just as entertaining as this. As it went down, controversial first race. The old school, old champs won that one, Iron Village and Forza Fury. We'll see you guys on Saturday. We'll see you Friday for Greasy Pole. Bona Fiesta. And we're out of here.
Bona Fiesta.
Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
Are you like this guy, struggling year in and year out to get that heavy AC back in the window? In only a couple of hours, Cranny Home Services can easily install a sleek ductless split unit so you never have to go through the struggle again. They're far more efficient than traditional air conditioners. Your walls and ceilings won't have to be ripped apart. You'll never have to move it. And it even gives off some heat in the winter. So if you want to learn more about how you can save money and aggravation with the ductless split unit, we'd love to chat with you here at Cranny Home Services. You can give us a call at 1-800-CRANNY or visit our website at crannyhomeservices.com.
Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
Cranny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
For a growing business, things can move pretty quickly. That's why it's important to bank with someone who won't hold you back. At Cape Ann Savings Bank, we have built our reputation on our quick, local decision-making. Our lending officers know this area and what it takes to get business done here. Cape Ann Savings Bank, a local bank that can keep up with your business.